peace, y'all. Peace, peace.
Peace, y'all. Peace.
Talking about y'all.
It's the same topic, same topic.
And it's actually a very important topic, y'all. Like I say, man, we were talking to Ethiopians. He say the scattered people are the children of Israel. Not knowing the children of Israel come from here. And like I said, so when they really did this crafty council and made us look to the Middle East instead of the East, even Marcus Garvey say, look to the East for the Black Kingdom. But now we look into the Middle East. Like I say, y'all, man, they did a big trick on us with this crafty council, y'all. It's deep. The crafty council is deep. That's why we have a website, man. You go to the website, it's in the bio, yajujudah.com. This will help you understand what we're doing. Go read the declaration. Go look at the petition. We're actually judging the world. Before Eritrea was named Eritrea, Menelik sold it to the, I think, Italians, huh? Anyway, Menelik, which was king of Ethiopia at that time, gave Eritrea away. So these people really can get here. And so, man, all this was, man, like I said, we wasn't there. Most of us don't understand history. We don't put the stuff in the correct order. Most of us go 400 years back. Some people go 2,000 years back. We get lost in time. We lost in time. Like I say, that Back to the Future movie, that's I'm gonna have to watch it again. I think I'm gonna watch it again and break it down and put it with the crafty council. That's what we might have to watch that movie again. Because people don't understand, they took things that was gonna happen in the future and put it in the past. When you go to the future, you don't go backwards. The future is forward. But we going backwards. And like I say, all this is a part of the crafty council that's upon us, that's deceiving us. Just like, that's the crafty council. Like, I'm gonna do a TikTok about the last days of, like, the Bible say last days. But what we take the last days? We go back with it. The last days were 2,000 years ago. What? You missed history in high school. You see what I'm saying?
I'm just trolling.
I just know, but that's the people that's y'all, so
your history teachers lied to you. Your history books were lies.
Ain't what Michael say, huh? What Michael say? Your history books are a lie. They are false. Michael Jackson told y'all that right before he died.
They pretend there is no diversity in Northeast Africa. Yeah, there's a lot of Ethiopians that don't believe they've been colonized. But we know that's not true.
The truth is what's coming out our lips. That's what the truth is. What's coming from our lips. Everything you was told. You was told first, then you read. You was told first, then you read. Everybody that's living in this generation was told a lie, then you picked up the books. After they was translated from original African language. Come on, man. That's like I say, y'all. We just here to catch those who can hear. You know, we're not here to force nobody. We're not here to make you believe. You know, that's not what this about. This about the chosen people who see and know. So they can know what? Where the church is at. See, this the real church, because these will be the people that host the Spirit of God to form the church. But for you to come to church, you gotta know where the church is, huh? So we on here giving the address. And we not talking about a physical address as you ride down the street. We letting people know where the church is at. You know. Correct. But I'm saying, but the church, the Bible say don't forsake the assembly. So the church is the body, but these individuals gonna have an assembly that you should forsake if you of the church. You know, it's not a building. But everybody is not a church, because everybody God ain't gonna dwell in.
What's up, guys?
Peace, peace.
Camera for us, brother.
How are you doing?
We're good, we're good. Can you cam up?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm Ethiopian guy and I looks different faith and what you talk about, it looks close to my faith. I'm calling myself I'm God and we are God and the brother of Jesus Christ.
Well, brother, man, you gonna have to turn your camera on so you can continue speaking. You know, but we do reveal Christ never came. Christ is here now, revealing the mysteries of God. So
Yeah,
when we believe Christ came, that's a part of Roman deception. That's a part of Roman doctrine. Anybody on the face of this earth who say Christ came, that come from the Romans.
yeah,
You know, and that teaching alone have deceived the whole world.
totally wrong.
So, brother, can you turn your camera on for us? That's our policy. You got to turn your camera on when you come up. The
I was
camera.
trying to, I have to save, okay.
Yeah. We sent you an invite. When you hit camera, you got to press save at the bottom.
I may be driving, okay. I don't know, I tried to
Well, yeah,
save,
bro.
it's not working for.
Well, yeah. Just come back another time, then, brother. We appreciate you coming up. You got a few
Okay,
more other
see you
people in the
next
queue.
time.
All right. Peace, peace. So yeah, y'all. When you come up, make sure you be ready to turn your camera on, y'all. When you come up, when you come up, be ready to turn your camera on. You know. So then people like, man, why you saying these things? Because Christ is returning back to Ethiopia. Christ ain't coming here. Christ might visit, but this ain't none of this where Christ was born at. All this this is a crafty council. Somebody put this together. So when you see Jerusalem, you look to the Middle East.
Hi, how are you?
Peace,
All right,
peace.
greetings.
Can you cam up?
So I have a question. Is my camera working or no?
It's not on yet.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
one
gotta
moment.
press when you press the camera. You gotta press save at the bottom for the stay on.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
good now.
Great. So I have a question. Were you guys ever Muslim at one point? Never Muslims? Are you guys, so what are you, atheists?
No, we believe in God.
You guys
We
believe in God.
actually know
So,
God, but yeah.
so what
So we believe.
religion,
We're
what
in no
religion?
religion.
Yeah, we ain't no religion. We believe religion is deception. Well, we know religion is deception.
Okay. Um, so basically, I see here that you guys talk a lot about Islam, correct? The religion of Islam.
We talk about Islam. We talk about Christianity.
Hebrews.
We talk
So
about
yeah.
everything.
Okay. So it says here the real Mecca, Israel, and Jerusalem is in Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
Okay. Where did you get that information from?
Well, Israel is a people. Jerusalem is a people. Mecca means the one who is like God. So these places was placed on the map in the 1900s after the Romans have gained power. So the original Bible come from here. The first church ever built is here. The first paintings of Christ come from here. So as the Bible tells us, a crafty council has been put together to deceive the chosen ones. So this is stuff that was put together in the 1900s that placed what? World deception. Because the Bible also says what? The devil deceived the whole world. So when you ask people, where does Jesus come from? What they gonna say? Up here. No. You know where the throne of David at is today? You know anything about the throne of David?
I'm a Muslim, so I read the Quran. I'm still learning. I'm not a perfect Muslim, but as far as Mecca being in, I'm sorry if I mispronounce it, Ethiopia. I think that's false information. It's not, I think, it is false information. Mecca was never located in Ethiopia.
So I want to ask you, what does Mecca mean? What does Mecca mean to you?
It's the house of God.
Okay. Good. So the throne, you ever heard of the house of David? Well, I know you say you don't read the Bible, but the Bible talk about the house of David. Now the house of David is not up here in Mecca. The house of David was here. This is historical facts. That's why the throne of David, that Moses, Abraham, all this stuff connect to, it come from here. That's why we not religious, because all religions are deceiving us about the truth.
Right. So I know you do believe in God, but do you read the Bible? Do you read the Quran?
Yeah.
Have you read those books?
Yes.
Okay.
We tell people that these holy writings were stolen from the Romans. That's how you got the book. They were in scrolls before they were in books. So they took the scrolls from Ethiopia and gave you the Quran, gave you the Torah, gave you the Bible. And this is historical facts.
To be honestly, there's no proof that this was historical facts. There's literally no proof of that whatsoever. If you guys have
proof, if you want it.
Where is the proof? I would like to see the proof.
You ever heard of, well, I know you haven't heard of it, but this is the Siege of Magdala.
So that's just a book. That's just a book written by man. It's just a written book by an illustrator. You can't really believe, you can't believe what everybody writes. Like everybody can create and write a book.
Well,
right?
so you're correct. So I want to ask you this. Do you know who wrote the Quran? Because Muhammad couldn't write. So who wrote the Quran?
Right. So Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Jibreel alayhi salatu salam was like a messenger from God, which was an angel, and he would deliver the messengers. He would deliver.
I ain't asked you how he was delivered. I just want to know who wrote it, because he didn't write it. So I just want to know who wrote it.
So there was no paper or pen. Everything was written on stone.
And who wrote it on stone?
Muhammad couldn't write, so he couldn't even chisel it either. He couldn't write.
Jibreel alayhi salatu salam was the one that, made sure that all the prophets, like he gave them a message to how to basically do things. Obviously, there was no school back then. I'm not perfect. And again, I'm not a perfect Muslim, but I do know about Islam. And basically, Jibreel alayhi salatu salam was the messenger of God and was sent down to our prophets so that they could, he could guide them and show them how to do things. And that's how they got their information.
We know the word comes from the lips of the anointed prophet. We understand that. But we're asking you, how did you get the Quran? Who wrote the Quran? Answer that question, not about how the word came. How did you get the Quran in written sense?
So the Quran is a message. It's basically the words of God. It's the words of God. When you open the Quran, you're basically speaking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
What hammer? You know what you sound like? You sound like a Christian. When they open the Bible, they talking to Jesus. They say the same thing. But sis, you still haven't answered the $1 million question.
Christianity.
Who wrote it?
Christianity.
Well, no. But sis, I don't want to get off subject because you still haven't asked the $1 million question. Because I showed you a book and you read books, right? Because you read the Quran. But somehow you just got tunnel vision with the Quran. Now I read the Quran. I think the Quran is good. It's a good book. Nothing is wrong with it. I read the Bible. It's a good book. Nothing is wrong with it. I read the lost books of the Bible, the rejected books. Nothing is wrong with them. I read the Gnostics. Nothing is wrong with it. So I'm very well educated in the books. So I believe as humans, understanding don't come from books. Because I can give a lot of people the Bible. You know how many people going to tell me they don't understand it? So that means understanding is not in the Bible. I can give somebody the Quran. That don't mean they going to understand it. So guess what? The Quran don't give it to you. Somebody else got to give you understanding. And I can give you a verse out the Quran that proves that. Because God going to send someone to instruct you in the scriptures and the writings and in new knowledge. That's why the Bible have a New Testament. Because you had prophets before Muhammad and you're going to have them after Muhammad. Muhammad not the only prophet. He one in a minute.
No, Muhammad is the last prophet.
Well, that's what you say. But I know God ain't dead. So when God want to make another prophet, I'm not going to let man deceive me from what? Who God choose. Because God can have a prophet among you right now. But you know what you going to say in your own mind? God ain't got no prophet because Muhammad is the last. That's what you say. But then you just told me you wasn't perfect. So God is perfect. And if God gonna send you, your information gonna be perfect. But we have been deceived to talk about things we know nothing about. So let's go back to the original question. All we want to know, and if you don't know, just say you don't know and we can move on. Who wrote the Quran?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wrote the Quran.
Who?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wrote the Quran, was written by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and was delivered to Jibreel alayhi salatu salam, and Jibreel alayhi salatu salam delivered it to our prophets.
I speak English, so I just want to know, can you transfer that in English, what you said?
Allah, God. I know you know what Allah means.
Yeah, that's God. Yeah, I got that part.
Has written the Quran and was delivered to Jibreel alayhi salatu salam, and then Jibreel, which was the angel that was revealing messages to our prophets.
So you're going backwards. First you said the angel revealed the message, but God wrote it. So you telling me God picked up a pen, wrote it, and gave it to the angel, and the angel gave it to somebody that couldn't write? So how did we get it? Because Muhammad ain't get a book. Muhammad got a message from an angel. So if the Quran come from Muhammad, then how did we get it once Muhammad got the message from the angel?
So my question to you is, how did our Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu salam, that was illiterate, didn't understand, didn't know how to read or write or anything, how is that everything that he has, you know, revealed and delivered to us, how is all of that true?
Because
How
it's the
is
revelation. Okay,
how is
because
all of that true?
it's the same revelation
It's
as the
fine.
Bible.
Everything that our
So,
prophet
I,
has said
I'm asking you a question.
was revealed by scientists that now they're not understanding how this man that had no education couldn't read or write, and they're saying, how did this man, reveal all of these miracles? And now coming to find out that all these scientists are saying like everything that's happening now is years ago when the prophets were alive.
Sis, all you telling me is regurgitated things that you have been told, and you regurgitating them back to me. They say Muhammad came 1,400 years ago. They say Jesus came 1,400 years ago. You don't even know the throne that Christ sits on in 2023. Christ sits on the throne of David. It's 2023. You know nothing about the throne, but you know about a man that came 1,400 years ago. You know all this divinity, but you don't know nothing of what's going on in your days right now. So this is proof. Everybody is just talking about what they was told. So that's why you never answered the original question. If Muhammad got a message from an angel, but he couldn't write because anybody can listen and receive. Muhammad ain't do miracles. He got a revelation, and he revealed the revelation that came to him from the angel. Just like other angels came to other people in the scriptures and revealed revelations. So right now, Muhammad is no greater than Daniel. Muhammad seen the same revelation that Daniel seen. Muhammad seen the same revelation that Isaiah seen. The revelations are the same. But the understanding, no, because the Quran,
So you have,
the Quran
I'm
was,
not like, again, you might need to speak to somebody that's more knowledgeable in Islam than me, but I just probably don't know how to explain it. But I'm sure that there's a lot of people that will, explain. But everything that I do follow, what you guys have to say about Islam, I'm not even going to talk about any other religions. So specifically talking about Islam, you guys do make a lot of, false things about that religion. And
What did we say that was false?
maybe there's a lot of things that
How can you say that we say something
just
false
name
but
one.
not
Yeah, just name
say
one.
it? Say what we said was false.
if I'm going to bring up like in details, you guys just make a lot of false, even not just about Islam, it's about other religions too. Christianity, Jewish people, every religion. It just doesn't make any sense.
Name one, sis. You got one for us before you get off. She ain't had one.
It's just because it's false. That's what she mad about.
But just name one though. It's false because it don't go with what you have been passed down. See, we just want our brothers and sisters to understand this, y'all. Everything you know was passed down to you. We got proof that the books don't give you understanding because we all got the books, but different understandings. So these books are not giving us understanding. Your understanding come from what you was told by people you accepted information from. Because when the Quran say somebody gonna instruct you in new knowledge, you say Muhammad the last. Well, how somebody gonna give you something new if you believe Muhammad is the last? That's why the Christians can't get nothing. Jesus is the last. So can't nobody come unless what? They talking to Jesus. Shit, they got the Islam the same way. Can't nobody talk to the people in Islam because they got Muhammad. So everybody got their golden calf that they worship instead of what? The anointed vessel of God. That's why you read these Moses and Christ was rejected. Like I say, y'all, this what come up here and prove us wrong. If you got the power of God, because we got the power. We got the power. That's why you can't cut our light off. See, when your power not on, when they cut your power off, your lights go out, right? You can't cut our lights out because our power is fully charged. Shit, we don't need no battery. So in other words, you can't put God light out. You can't put God light out. That's the power, that's the majesty, that's the glory, and that's the what? Removing darkness. And remember, God is omnipresent, so God is everywhere. God eat up everything. The Muslims, the Hebrews, the Christians, the Moors, the Masons, the atheists, the Catholic, the Baptist, the Buddhist. That's 10. You should add however many on you want to add with it. Because all this religion is keeping us right here. There's no unification, it's separation. No justice is injustice. No liberty. No freedom is captivity. That's why I say God is a mighty man of war.
Hi everybody. Hi everybody.
What's going on, brother? Can you turn your camera on for us?
Listen, I'm from Middle East
All right,
and I
okay.
know what's going
Just
I
turn your
know
camera
what's
on for
going
us so we
on.
can continue. Just turn your camera
I
on so
can
we
hear
can
you.
continue the conversation.
I'm sorry. No, this is I'm
When you come up, y'all be ready to turn your camera on. We just gonna move on. They got a lot of people in the queue. So if you're not prepared to turn your camera on, we just gonna move on. Come back when you're ready to have your camera on. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, what's going on, bro?
What's up? Peace, peace.
Peace, brother. See. Am I missing something? When you claim Mecca, Israel, and Jerusalem, these are actual physical locations on Earth. Are you saying they're in Ethiopia?
Correct, because they're not physical locations. They was put there in the 1900s. All these
That,
names mean people.
no,
All
no.
these names are connected to the house of David.
I
The
mean, I
house
know
of
about the house of David. I was actually born in Ethiopia, but that's actually factually incorrect. When you say they were in the 19th century, that's the 1800s.
I
That's
say the
less than.
1900s. That was good in the night. Israel was created in 1948. I think Jerusalem was created in
Yeah,
1950.
you're talking about the modern state of Israel, correct?
That's what I'm saying. It was created. It was put there. It hadn't always been there.
Yeah, but not now. Okay, so hold up, brother. When you talk about places like Mecca, Mecca has existed for over 1,000 years. It's a city that's physically in Saudi Arabia. So that's where you're losing.
Well, brother man, they called it. What does Mecca mean?
I don't speak Arabic. I don't speak Arabic, so I'm not sure as to the meaning.
I don't speak Arabic either. I know what it means.
I don't know what it means. So enlighten
Okay.
me.
So Mecca means the one who is like God. That's what Mecca means.
Okay, that's what
Okay.
Mecca means.
That's what.
Okay,
Let me explain. Let me explain it. Okay. So the one that
okay.
sits on David's throne is like God, right?
Say that again.
The
The one who
one that
sits on
sits
David's throne
on
is
David's
like God.
throne is like
Uh-huh.
God. You
I
know.
mean, we're all made in the image of God. So in that
No,
sense, yeah.
brother. The one that sit on David's throne is the King of Kings. Everybody can be the King of Kings. You won't have a King of Kings. Everybody. So the one that's the King of Kings
Well,
on the throne is the one that's like God. The throne of David is nowhere in the Middle East. It's not
it's
in
in
Mecca.
Ethiopia.
It's not in Israel. And it's not in Jerusalem. Right?
No, yeah, it's in Ethiopia.
Okay. Okay. But so if Christ ain't coming nowhere to none of these places. Well, where will Christ be coming back to? his father's throne.
Okay, that
All right.
possibly. Okay.
Well, no, ain't no possibly, but
I mean, he's
so,
coming to
so right
earth.
now, like I
Okay,
said,
he's coming to this world.
the Bible talk about a crafty counsel and how the devil deceived the whole world. It say the devil deceived the whole world.
Okay.
So everybody is deceived. Why? When they look at Jerusalem, they go right here. Jerusalem is a people. It's a mind frame. That's why the new Jerusalem is coming from heaven. So why are we even going here if the new Jerusalem coming from heaven?
I mean,
Because it's a mind frame.
no, but okay, I get it. I'm following a little bit, but is anybody claiming that Jesus
I
is
just
going
want to
to
say
come
this.
to Israel?
Israel is a people, not a place on a map.
I mean, it actually is, and today it's
Well,
a
yeah.
state. There's a state called Israel.
But why though? It is a place, but because they made it a place.
They put the names
They
on the
created
map.
it.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're talking about modern day Israel, yes, okay, but Israel also existed thousands of years ago.
Hey, you can't find no civilization nowhere with Israel, nowhere. None of our ancestors, nobody called themselves David. Nobody called themselves Abraham back then. Nobody called themselves Jacob, Israel, or none of these translations that we have. Nobody.
What do you
You
mean
know,
nobody did?
because these names have meanings. David mean beloved.
Hmm.
That mean what? God precious stones, God precious one. That's what David mean. Didn't nobody call themselves David in Ethiopia in the 1800s?
We called ourselves David. David is David in Amharic for
Well, that's what,
thousands of years.
but that's my point. It means
Yeah,
beloved.
that's my point.
No, the point was we didn't use the names that nobody called themselves Israel. Nobody.
Yeah, they did actually.
Show me an ancestor that called themselves Israel.
I mean, this was written in real time biblically. Like, what do you mean? Read the
Because
Bible.
brother, Jacob's trouble didn't happen back then. Jacob's
Right.
trouble is going on right now. We are in Jacob's trouble is
And,
a
and might
prophecy,
be,
brother.
it very well might be, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen then either.
It
The
didn't.
Bible don't have dates. The Quran don't have dates. The people who stole the Bible, stole these scriptures, put dates on it. That's why they changed times and laws, changed names on the maps, so they can put their own information out to deceive you.
They haven't deceived me. I mean, Ethiopia, we hold the oldest Bible in existence. What do you
Okay,
mean?
so do you
Nobody
believe
faked
in the
it.
2,000-year-old Christ?
Excuse me?
Do you believe in the 2,000-year-old? Do you believe Christ came 2,000 years ago?
Christ absolutely came 2,000 years ago, and there will be a second coming of Christ.
There you go. You
And
deceived.
there's nobody who gave me this knowledge. In fact, if you read the Bible, you know the three wise men who visited Christ at his birth were Ethiopians.
Where does it say 2,000 years ago?
I mean, that's how long the story of Christ has been.
Where does it
We
say it
have
in the
known
Bible?
Christ. We actually started counting again from the year one after the birth of Christ. And it's been 2,000 years that we've known Christ. These are facts.
Brother man.
Yes.
Why do Tedros have a statue of the King of Kings and Lord of Lords?
Why does Theodros have the statue of King of Kings, Lord of Lords? What's that
Yeah.
mean? What statue?
You don't know
Where?
about the statue in Ethiopia of Tedros in all gold?
Of course, in Gondar.
Now why that statue got King of Kings and Lord of Lords? Because
Well,
Christ.
that's actually the title the emperors of Ethiopia have inherited since the birth of Menelik, who is the son of Sheba and Solomon.
My brother, I ain't
That's
asked you
why.
for an explanation. I say
I
why.
mean, you asked me, and I'm telling
Okay,
you why.
all right. But Christ sits on what? David's throne, right?
Is Christ on David's throne?
I say Christ sits on David's throne. That's what Christ does, sits on David's throne.
Well, if you want to be real technical,
Hold on, brother, man. Hold on, we gonna get the verse, bro. Cause we gonna make it simple. They got a verse where it says he was sit. It's in Luke. He would sit on the throne of his father's throne. And the
he
Bible talk about
will.
David's throne.
Are you
Hold on, brother,
saying he
man.
will on his second coming? I could give you that.
No. The Bible is about God coming again to get us out of captivity. That's what the Bible is about. It say God gonna
Okay.
come get us a second time. So it's not about the physical man that came 2,000 years ago that you got in your mind. It's about the Spirit of God. So right now, I'm in the book of Luke, and I want to start at 1 and 30 and 32. Because this is what's happening right now, brother. This is what's going to return back to Ethiopia. Christ is on his way back to Ethiopia to sit on David's throne, as prophesied, and all these things gonna happen in the last days. They didn't happen 2,000 years ago. So it says, I'm in Luke 1 and 32. It says, and he shall be great, and he shall be called the Son of the Highest. And the Lord God shall give unto him the throne of his father David.
Mhm.
So the
So
throne of David has everything to do with what? The prophecy of God. But
okay.
Ethiopians don't know Christ is going to return to Ethiopia and sit on the throne. So how you not deceived? The
Well,
whole world is deceived.
that's no. Again, you're just conflating issues here. You're talking about the second coming,
The second coming, this Luke chapter 1 talking about Christ. That's
right?
what I'm saying. That's why we telling you Christ never came, because he would have been on David's throne. They tell you
No,
Christ was born up here. It's nowhere in history you can find David's throne in Jerusalem. It's nowhere
it,
in history you can
it
find
actually,
David's throne in Mecca.
I mean, it actually was at one point. The throne of David. Who inherited the throne of David? Solomon. It came to Ethiopia through the way of Solomon and Sheba.
Brother, man, Solomon and Sheba is like the Joseph and Mary story. It's the anointed
So,
one
so
being born.
wait.
It's the
So
same
you're relying
story.
on the book. You're saying
Okay.
these things are fictional, but you're relying on it to come up with your own
Brother,
theology. Make it
no,
make sense, bro.
no. I'm giving you understanding that you didn't have, because Christ brings the mystery. You don't have the mystery. Christ brings the mystery. That's my point of trying to reveal to you Christ is here. So the Solomon Sheba
Oh,
story
wait.
is
So you
about
say,
the anointed ones being birthed with the wisdom of God. Like Virgin Mary is not a real woman that Christ come from. That's the Holy Spirit that Christ is birthed from, which come
well,
from God.
what would you say if I told you that the Virgin Mary is actually a real person that existed? And in fact, when they fled Israel, when they're being persecuted, they came to Egypt and Ethiopia. Jesus and Mary. What would you say that?
That's false information.
Now
That's
look,
false information.
now brother man, you talking to somebody, because I'm gonna start bringing these books out, because I think we at a time right now where we should be able to hear. This is the Gnostic Bible. It has
Uh-huh.
it has rejected books in there, right?
Hmm.
It got the Gospel of
Book of Enoch. Yeah, it's got all the apocryphal. Right.
no, it got the Gospel of Thomas,
Uh-huh.
and I gotta find it right quick. Cause I ain't, but let me find it. Then it's gonna prove. It's gonna say Mary is not an actual woman. Now again, this is why they took these books out and they gave you their interpretation.
Who gave us what?
The Romans control all the printing press. The Romans control the printing press, not Africans. Africans did not control the printing press to print these holy books. The Romans did.
Uh,
So
l-
all the holy books are printed by the Romans. That's
Listen,
why
listen,
we have
listen,
rejected
listen.
books of the Bible.
Do you
Okay,
know about the?
I'm
Do
gonna
you know
prove
about?
mine, brother.
Do you know about the Gurma Gospels? They never went through a printing press. These were actually these texts, the oldest Bible in existence on earth to this day, is was not printed through a printing press.
Do
It
you
was
know?
handwritten.
Do you know
Do
when
you
they
know
stole
about
the
the Gurma
scriptures?
Gospels, brother?
Do you know when they stole the scriptures?
Do you know about the Gurma Gospels?
No, I never heard of that.
Well, you should look into it. You think all
when they
Bibles?
stole the
You think
scriptures.
the Romans? You think the Romans? You think the Romans printed the Bible?
They
Brother,
did.
Do
they
you
did
know
print
when?
the Bible.
Do you know when the
Who printed
printing
the
press
Bible
was
then?
invented, brother?
How do we get the Bible today?
Do you know when the? Do you know when the printing press was created? Do you know when it was invented?
You're not even answering
Brother
the
man,
question.
Do you
you're not even
understand
answering
how
the
long we've
question.
had the Gospels
Brother,
for?
brother, brother, brother,
For
the gospels,
millennia before the printing press ever existed.
brother man, the gospels
Yes,
was
brother.
the scrolls was taken from Ethiopia in what? 1868. So when they try to tell you they had this Bible for thousands of years, that's
The
part of
Ethiopians absolutely did. Look
yeah.
at the Burma
Wait,
Gospels.
let me turn this camera around. I want to show you something, brother, from the Gospel of Philip. We're gonna prove to you that you don't know what you're talking about.
I'm proving to you that you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. This the Gospel of Philip.
See,
Hold
that
on,
was printed. That was printed.
brother man. Hey,
No, no, wait, wait,
just mute
hold
your
on,
mic to me
hold
right
on,
quick.
hold on.
Hold
Before we
up,
go
brother, just
anywhere,
mute your mic. I'm bringing this out. Just mute your mic. So right now, this is the Gospel of Philip. This is why they rejected this book. Because if you read this book, Mary ain't a woman. Now let's go to Mary. It says, some say the Holy Spirit inseminated Mary. Some say this, right? They are wrong and do not know what they are saying. When did a woman ever get pregnant? When did a woman ever get a woman pregnant? Because the Holy Spirit is given a feminine name. Mary is a virgin and no powers deserted her. So
dirtied her,
why?
dirtied her. It says
Okay,
dirtied.
but powers mean no. This is Mary's information.
Listen, brother,
The,
you're
the
showing me
truth.
something that's actually been printed through a printing press, and you're talking about printing presses.
Oh, okay, brother. It says she is a great, I can't say repugnance to the Jews who are apostolics, who are the messengers. No powers dirted it, the virgin. They dirted it themselves. So that means the truth, you can't destroy the truth.
That's
But
not the truth, though.
it's showing you Mary is not about a woman. It's about information for the apostles or the messengers of God. So that's why it says, some say the Holy Spirit inseminated Mary. They are wrong, and they know not what they are saying. When did woman ever get a woman pregnant? So
So
if you
you're
don't
saying the
understand the
Holy
virgin
Spirit is a
birth,
woman? Is what you're saying? What are you saying?
the Holy Spirit is given a feminine name. That's what I'm saying.
How so?
Wisdom. Hold on, I just want because wisdom in Proverbs is called she, right? Wisdom in Proverbs is called she. Also, if you read the Gnostics, wisdom is called Sophia. Wisdom in the Gnostic writings is called Sophia. Wisdom in the Proverbs is called she.
Uh-huh.
So it's proof that the Bible give a feminine name to wisdom.
Okay.
So this is why Mary is just a feminine name given to the wisdom that you can't uh dirt. I mean, like you can't defile. This is the wisdom that come from God. You can't defile wisdom that come from God. That's why right before this said truth from the beginning is sown everywhere. Many see it sown, few see it reap.
Okay.
So it's just showing you how, brother, the thing about the truth, you can't the you can't dirt it. You can't tame it.
No, I mean you're just confusing yourself, bro.
Okay, well, you can say that.
Yeah, you're confusing yourself and I'm gonna tell
Well,
you why.
Mary wasn't a woman. I can put my bottom dollar on that.
No, you can't. You just showed me something that was printed probably by the Romans.
I think it was
And I'm
brother.
telling you, the original Bible was not ever printed by a printing press.
Brother,
Was written by hand on animal skin. If you wanna get real technical.
okay, brother, but who has the original translation on animal skin? You know where the animal skin is located at? That is written on.
Look up the Gurma Gospels. Do you have another?
Brother, I asked
Do,
you a
do
question.
you have
Where, brother, I asked you a question. Who has the goat
it's
skin and the original scrolls? Who
it's
has it?
in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church,
No,
Tuado.
the Vatican, the Vatican. That's why we talked
Absolutely
about.
wrong again.
That's why. That's
Absolutely.
why. Do you know anything about this book? And then we gonna move on because I know
I can't see. I can't see it.
we finna show it to you. You know anything about this book?
The Siege of Magdala. I don't know about that specific book, but I know the story. These are my ancestors. It's about.
Okay.
what happened during the story.
So yeah, tell us what happened. Give us a brief rundown. Now you ain't gotta give us the details about Tedros. I'm talking about like when the Romans came. What
It
did they
was the
do?
English. It was the British. It was the British who came.
Yeah, the British is the Romans, but oh yeah, you correct though.
Mhm.
What
Well,
happened?
they looted artifacts and went to even as far as taking Theodosius' son,
And
Prince Alamayo.
they looted? What did they looted?
I mean, all sorts of artifacts. His crown jewels, a lot of manuscripts, tons of stuff.
What kind of manuscripts?
Biblical.
So brother man, now do you know Tedros collected most of the biblical scrolls that was in Ethiopia at that time?
No, he didn't.
What?
He
Tedros
didn't.
had a church. He had a church compiled of all the things that he have collected. It's in the book. It's in this book.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you who has these manuscripts. This manuscript is like as far as the Gurma Gospels, they're in Ethiopia even to this day. They're in Aksum.
Okay,
So
brother man.
are Ethiopians fighting for artifacts that the Vatican has stolen that they have in the Vatican?
It's not the Vatican. The British again. It's the British.
It's in the Vatican though.
The British control the Vatican. The British, the Roman Catholic Church, and the Vatican are all one people,
They're
brother.
all in Rome.
Yeah, it's
I
all
mean,
Rome.
the Church of England has split from the Vatican, but again, I mean, this is where you lose me. Nevertheless, yeah, these artifacts are all over England in their museums. So what are you saying?
We're saying that the reason why they don't have it is because there
Well,
has to be an order
the
to get
reason why we don't have what?
the
The Gurma
artifacts.
Gospel?
Why you guys don't have the artifacts till this day?
I mean, listen,
Why are they stopping you guys from getting the artifacts?
these
Why are they
these
stopping
are
you guys from getting
these are
Tedros' sons?
again. So let me tell y'all. These are a few compared to the thousands of artifacts that are still within Ethiopia. One of those being the Gurma Gospels, which have been proven to be the oldest Bible in existence. Do you guys follow?
We understand that the oldest Bible come from Ethiopia. We're not
Not
disagreeing with
only does it come from Ethiopia,
we're not
it's still
disagreeing with
in
that.
Ethiopia. Not
You're
only
making
does
a
it come
problem
from
that there's no problem. We're not saying
Ethiopia,
that the oldest Bible don't come from
hold
Ethiopia.
on, sis. Hold on, sis. Not only
Hold on,
Not
brother man,
only does it come
brother man,
from Ethiopia,
brother man,
it's still in Ethiopia.
brother.
What's
How
up?
when they stole the original manuscripts?
They didn't.
How is everything still there when you just said they stole many manual biblical scripts?
Yeah, but not all of them.
Most of them.
No, not
Then
even.
how
Not
you
even.
get to say?
Not even.
Okay,
Let me tell you.
like I say,
Let me tell you
hey,
something. Let me
brother
tell
man,
you something.
that's neither here or there. What
No,
we trying to
it
reveal,
actually
hey,
is.
like I say, because no, brother, we could argue about that all day long. Because what's going to happen, most Ethiopians don't know, and that's what we hear. Christ is returning back to Ethiopia to sit on the throne of David. Most Ethiopians don't know this. They think Christ coming from the sky. I'm pretty sure if you think he came 2,000 years ago, is you waiting for Christ to come out the sky?
I do not know how Christ will reveal himself on the second coming, but I know the whole world will see him. That's what I know.
That's about the wisest thing you said since you've been up here. That's about the wisest thing you said since you've been up here. And this is
Everything I've
what we
said
do,
up
bro.
here is the truth.
Well, you're right. That's why I say I give you thumbs up on what you said. That's the wisest thing you said. Now, what we know where that person is at because he has revealed himself. You know,
Wait, you're saying Christ is here right now as we speak?
that's what we know. You see what I'm saying? And that's why we know about the throne of David in Ethiopia, because this is what Christ sits on, as I read to you in the scripture. But no religion is teaching this. They ain't teaching it in Mecca, they ain't teaching it in Jerusalem, and they ain't teaching it in Israel. Because these places were put here to what? Deceive you. The Ethiopians don't even know this. How
We don't
you
know.
don't know when Christ is the seed of David? Because the counsel that's in the world has deceived the world, as the scriptures tell us. The devil deceived the whole world. It didn't say the devil deceived the whole world except the Ethiopians. No, the Ethiopians are the scattered children of Israel. That's who that's the scattered children of Israel are Ethiopians. They ain't scattered us from up here. They scattered us from here and the rest of the African continent. The Bible is an African book. The Bible is not a Middle Eastern book. That's why you fighting saying Ethiopia got the original. Well, then why they got it up here? All this should be well right here, because this is where it originated from.
So again, see, what I have a problem with is, you're talking about geography and actual physical locations of places, which isn't even really an issue. You're just creating this issue to confuse yourself and your viewers here.
Okay, brother man. You're gonna thank you for coming up.
Sure.
How I'm confusing the viewers, they already confused. They think he just let me say this for you. Listen to what people, y'all, is the brother just say the original and oldest Bible come from Ethiopia. But he gonna say what? Jesus up here. What? How Jesus got up here if it came from here? And we know this. Most people can't hear themselves talk because most people just like kids. Like I told y'all, when kids say something, they heard a grown-up say it. And the kid could run around saying everything the grown-up said perfectly. And you'll be like, where y'all got that from? He listened to somebody say it. So everything that people tell us is what somebody else already said. So it's called regurgitated information. That's why it's Babylon. It's baby talk.
And if you believe Christ came 2,000 years ago, prove it with your biblical manuscripts that you have in your hand, the Bible, the Quran, whatever. Prove the dates that you believe in. Give us the proof. Because we know it's false. We know it came from the Roman Catholic Church.
He said he wasn't deceived. But one thing I say, he wasn't a fool now. I can't give him a fool. He just ain't understand what he ran up on. That's why, Christ gonna be in this slang image. You ain't gonna even know you talking to Christ. The woman, and a good example is the woman by the well, y'all. Go read about the woman by the well. The woman said, I know when Christ come back, he gonna tell me all things. Christ say, I'm he. The whole time she was talking to Christ and didn't know it. But she was imagining what? Christ coming from the sky. That's why the book is about us. We're imagining Christ coming from the sky when you actually talking to Christ. The woman by the well didn't know she was talking to Christ. Until what? Christ told her, I'm he. And then she had to really pay attention to who she was talking to. Because before that, she was just talking to a regular man. I'm just talking to some regular man by the well. He asking me for water. But then when Christ revealed himself to her, he said, oh, I just met a prophet. He told me everything. But if Christ would have never said nothing, she would just went on about her day and say, man, I talked to a regular man. I was just talking to a man. I was by the well. He asked me for water, and I didn't want to give him none. That's what she would have said.
Peace,
What's
peace,
going on,
peace.
brother? Camel for us.
Hey, what's happening,
What's going on, brother? You just got to turn your camera on
bro? There you
for us
go.
and continue the conversation.
Yeah, give me a second. Okay, you see me? There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, first of all, I want to congratulate you for what you're doing. What you're doing is very fantastic. You got me.
Salute to you, brother.
But I also want to confess that when you are in a position to teach, when you're holding the torch, you have to be well informative because you also got students that also paying attention to you or hearing the what you're speaking.
Well, I don't like to consider
Hello?
myself as a teacher. I'm more of a soldier. Now I get what you're saying in a way, but
I told you.
our emperors was commanders in chief of an army. They wasn't pastors and preachers and bishops like we have today. So I'm not a preacher. I'm not a
Right?
bishop. I'm a soldier for God. I'm chief commander of God's army. So I'm just here to call
Okay,
soldiers.
so
Now if you want to go to class, we got a YouTube. But like right now, like I'm not on here to really teach like that. So I don't want people to look at me in that way. That's not what I am. But at the same time, I understand where you're coming from, which is why I remain humble. I let people talk, but I don't tolerate bull. If I know it's bull, I'm gonna cut it off. That's what I've been anointed to do. So
and I respect that. And I respect that. I respect that. So I have a question. So do you confine your knowledge to an ancient book, or do you believe that the true book is within yourself? The true light is within yourself.
the true life. That's why I say the book of life. The book of life is your life. But the Lamb's book of life is
Absolutely.
his life. So if you want to connect to the Lamb, you're gonna know the Lamb in real life. So I do agree. All true knowledge comes from within you. The
Absolutely.
book is a tool to fix our problems. The book is not a knowledge and wisdom book. I don't believe that. I actually know this.
Right.
But it's a tool to fix our problems. Because we got to understand the Roman Catholic Church that run the world, they run the world based off the Bible. They use the Bible
Right.
as a
It's
tool.
brainwash.
Yeah, they
It's
use it as
brainwash.
a tool. So we can use the Bible to get out of our situation if we know how to use it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But it's going to take us, not the Bible. That's like if you got a tool to fix your car and you don't know how to use it, you can't fix your car. But somebody can pick
Absolutely.
up that tool and fix the car.
And that's where knowledge, wisdom, and understanding comes in. So the story in the Bible conferring or pertaining to Jesus Christ, do you believe that's a symbolism or that's realistic or literal?
It's not literal.
It's symbolism for the last days. It's
So you
symbolism.
don't believe that. So you don't believe that so you think that the message in the Bible pertaining to Jesus is realistic?
Well, yeah, but no, it's written in the allegory, so it's symbolism. But
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's symbolism.
Symbolism. So when you say that Jesus is returning back, so what are your paint a clear picture for me? Paint that picture for me so I could really perceive it in the way that are you correct or not?
Okay, well, Christ will be a living Son of Man like me and you. He will
So
be anointed with the
so you
high
saying that
of God.
so you saying that he's already here, he's present,
Yes, he present. Yeah.
and your facts to back it up. What is your proof?
Well, the proof is gonna be when the devil and the deception fall. Like, for instance, like Moses. Christ is just like a Moses character. God gonna take him from idol worship, which is all the false religions, and give him the understanding to defeat the devil. Pharaoh musicians. The people that's keeping us in captivity. So when
Okay.
Moses showed up in Israel, Nobody knew Moses was sent by God. Moses had to defeat the musicians. Then the people knew who Moses was. But it was only Aaron and Miriam who what? Recognized Moses. Because God had chose them to recognize Moses. But everybody else, they was just watching the war. It's the same way with Christ. Because Christ don't show up for man worship. Christ show up to get rid of deception. That's what Christ is doing right now. And the only people that's going to see Christ is those who God choose to see Christ.
So do you think that we are going to see Christ with the naked eyes or with the inner eye?
No, with the naked eye. But everybody going to see Christ when he lifted up after he do the great works that he is doing. See, Christ is doing works that nobody understands. So when he's successful, he's going to be lifted up for those great works. Then everybody going to see who Christ is. But right now, only few people who God is choosing see Christ. You see what I'm saying? Like this is, this is actually written. Christ is shown openly, but seen by those who only God have chosen. But when his work is finished, just like Moses, everybody gonna what? Come with Christ. Moses ain't walking Egypt and be like, hey, Israel, I'm sent by God. Come follow me. No. Moses did great works. Then they follow Moses. That's the same thing gonna go with Christ.
Okay, so I don't really have much time in my hand. I just really wanted to congratulate you on what you're doing. So keep it up, stay focused, even though that you might receive some criticism, but I'm still in the right path.
All right, brother, man. Appreciate you coming up, brother.
Okay, peace.
And I hope people, when they see the criticism, you understand that's the cross. And you will be hated by all men for my name's sake. So we see the hate, we see the criticism, we see the dirt on the name, we see the backstabbing, we see all this from our people. And our people at a time, y'all, we're in so much struggle and so much hurt. And you can see how our people act in this moment at the time of our struggle. It's almost sad. Oh, or was it only seeing Israel from a distance? We gotta turn it on. Or was it only?
Should I have to open the videos?
Peace, can you cam up?
Yeah.
We can see you.
Okay. I have a quick question. Like I know you guys since 7 months ago. I was coming and I was discuss with you guys. So I really appreciate what you guys doing. Like because anyone's opinion. So I'm from that country, Ethiopia, but I have like couple of questions because sometimes make me questions. And what about like you guys sometimes confuse like, for example, Jeddah is in Saudi Arabia, right? And because you guys ride in the Mecca, right?
Can you repeat your question again?
No, like we have in some Bibles, for example, if we says like Israel get out from Egypt and they go into Israel, right? So do you guys believe that Israel is Ethiopia, right?
Egypt means, but these names have meaning to them, and the Romans took these names and put them on the map. So Egypt means bondage. It doesn't mean a place on the map.
Yeah. That's why it's written. Moses say we're gonna go back to Egypt on ships. So we going back to bondage on ship. But the Egypt we went to was the whole world. Because we was gonna be what? In bondage, worshiping idols. You got some we was gonna be in bondage worshiping idols. That's what Egypt means. So when Moses got the children of Israel out of Egypt, Moses didn't get the land Israel out of Egypt. Moses got people out of Egypt, which is Moses got people out of idol worship. So they put Israel on the map to deceive you. This is for deception.
What about the Bible? Is like for example, like a religion is coming because of the Bible, because of the writing, right? Because of we believe on writing, like because we not see about like the past. We just get the book and we read. So religion's coming by that. Religion's coming by Bible. So why is the history where what time, what ages the histories are changing? Because 99% they believe. I believe 1% maybe. I don't know where you guys find it, but 1% they believe like the same you guys. So when is they cut the history, or when is they change the history?
Well, they changed the
One
history in the
day I
1900s.
listen to you guys. Ethiopia is colonized after Tedros, king of Tedros. That makes sense. Like, okay, we can say Ethiopia started changing at that time, but the whole histories when it changed.
Well, history was never told. See, the truth history wasn't never told. Like Ethiopian history is not taught to the world. In America, we taught American history.
In Africa too.
You know, and in Africa. They don't teach African history. I ain't never been in class where it said we finna learn African history. All we know is African slaves. So the stuff that truly went on in Africa, we know nothing about. And then the stuff that's connected to the Bible, they took it from Africa and put it in the Middle East. So now the Bible comes from where? Ethiopia. But when people pick up the Bible, they don't think about Ethiopia. They think about Israel and Jerusalem. You see what I'm saying? When you open the Bible, you should be thinking about Ethiopia. But the people around the world, they don't do that. Why? Because they changed the translation and created a false doctrine. And see, the Pope just apologized for doing this. You see what I'm saying? Because you colonize the people. That's why the people in Ethiopia right now, they don't know nothing about the truth. They don't know nothing about the prophecy that's going to restore Africa. You see what I'm saying? We don't know about these things. You got black people in America who want to go to Israel.
Yeah.
The black people in America don't even want to go to Africa. They want to go to Israel because when they open the book, they see Israel. You see, so all this is deceive the people because we were never taught our history. You see what I'm saying? We was taught other things that took us away from our history. And that's what's happening right now. And this is the effect of that. Now we don't know nothing. You know, and that's why we just here to put all the pieces together so you can see the bigger picture. That's what we did. We took all the pieces and put them together, which is the puzzle, so our people can see the bigger picture. Christ is coming here. It's historical facts. Christ ain't coming here. Christ coming to David's throne. David's throne is in Ethiopia. It's not here and it's not up here.
What about Shiva? Do you know Shiva? Queen Shiva? Queen Shiva means that's the time.
But Shiva.
Yeah, the time was like David. That time because.
Go ahead.
Because in the history Shiva she visit and Solomon. Solomon means his son of King of David. So that mention you that time they are the same time, I guess, when Israelis create a first king he was Saul and David. So the third was Solomon. So the history is telling you Sheba was queen of Ethiopia. She go into him and she give him some gift. We teach that. So what do you think about that?
Well, that's a parable of how the anointed one is born. Because Solomon is the chosen son from David. Solomon come from David. You know, so Solomon is a representation of God chosen one. That's why that's why in Ethiopia they have what? The Solomonic dynasty. They don't have David dynasty. They have the Solomonic dynasty. You know, and all those individuals are just individuals who sat on the throne. You know, so that's what the Solomon and Sheba for. It's like the Joseph and Mary. That's always where the anointed one gonna come from. The anointed one gonna always come from Joseph and Mary or Solomon and Sheba. It's the same story, just using different names. Jesus and Mary is the modern way that took people from the Solomon and Sheba. You know, so they both the same story. They're metaphors to show us how God anointed one is birthed.
So do you believe in Bible?
So the Solomon and Sheba story is the same story. Well, no, we don't understand the Bible. The Bible don't have mistakes. We don't understand the Bible. The Bible is a sealed book. The Bible in Ethiopia, they wasn't passing out the Bible.
Okay.
The Romans stole the scrolls at the Bible. You know, so right now, man, you know, man, that's why you gotta read and understand the Bible.
Yeah, I understand, brother. Thank you so much, and I respect the opinion, and I'm ready to learn anything if it is real or it is fact. But I appreciate you guys for enjoying.
Okay, buddy. Yeah, we gonna and we need our Ethiopian brothers, man, to really kind of do what you did, like come in and get some understanding about what we're doing, you know, and open our mind, because like I said, these things are returning back to Ethiopia, and we have Ethiopians that's, you know, that's looking to help us out, man. You know, so if you want to be a part of that Zoom and get on there with the other Ethiopian brothers, you know, just to have a conversation.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I will definitely join you guys because I always listen to you. So I definitely come and see, and I am ready to read anything because it is nothing me to lose, because it is just reading and to know. So thank you for what you're doing. But one guy, he asked you about Enoch. I don't know in English what you guys call him, but his name is Enoch. He's the grandfather of Noah. If you guys know him, he's from Ethiopia, and he have a on Bible, like on book by himself. And that book was in Ethiopia, and they stole it like 100 or something years ago. They stole it from Ethiopia to France. So that Bible, he talk about the angels, he talk about the like everything about, we don't know nothing about the holy thing, you know. So he says, what do you think about that, or what do you know about that?
Oh yeah, I got Enoch actually got 3 books. He don't have just one; he got 3 books. So yeah, I got the book, man. I believe it's a very great read. It talk about the last days. It talk about how we gonna come together, and it talk about, you know, the throne, how the Son of Man gonna sit on the throne. I think it's under that folder. So yeah, man. Actually, this is my book of Enoch right here. I'm finna show it to you right quick. It's my book right here. Yeah, like man. Actually, this one of my favorite reads. You know, this one of my favorite reads.
Yeah.
And this is a book, man. I've been had almost 9-10 years right now. I done had this book about 9-10 years. You know, and this is why they withheld this book, because this book proved the timeline to be false. Because in the beginning of the book, this is the first thing that Enoch says. Enoch says in verse 2, you want to look at it? We're gonna let y'all look at it. Pay attention to the first verse what Enoch says. This is what the whole book of Enoch is talking about. It said the word of the blessing of Enoch, wherewith he blessed the elect and righteous. Pay attention to the elect and righteous who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all wickedness and godliness are to be removed. Enoch answered and spake, Enoch, a righteous man, whose eyes was opened by God. So who is Enoch? A righteous man whose eyes are opened by God, that he might see a vision of the Holy One in the heavens, from which the angel showed me. And from them I heard everything, and I understood what I saw. Pay attention to this verse. But not for this generation.
For next.
But for a remote generation.
Absolutely.
That means a certain generation God was going to choose. Right. Which are to come. So we the generation that this book is talking about. That's why we received the book at the time the generation is talking to. So the whole book of Enoch is about the last days, which is why they didn't want us to read it. Because then we'll understand the Bible is about the last day, because Enoch came before Moses. Enoch came before all the prophets. So if Enoch can talk about the last days, what the prophets talking about? The last days. You know? So yeah, man, like, yeah. I actually love the book. The book of Enoch is one of my favorite reads.
Absolutely. That's something blessing book. I love that book. But that's I just ask him because he asking you, and thank you guys what you doing, and keep what you're doing too. And I appreciate it. If guys need any asking, I'm gonna ask you, but I'm finished. Thank you. I'm gonna see you next time.
All right, brother, man. Salute. Appreciate you.
Thank you for coming up. Peace.
Now, didn't he say when he came up the first time he didn't agree with us?
No, he said he's been watching. No,
for 7 months. He said when he first came to us, he was kind of against us, which is good. Like that's, you know, people here the first time, and that goes to show you, y'all, how people we not evil people out here. Y'all. To learn a new song, you gotta listen to it, and then even if you don't like it, you still gotta listen to it. You know, so again, y'all, just another humble brother. Like I said, he might not agree with everything we saying, but if you can't see the good works, that goes to show you all people are evil. Because we got a petition to turn Ethiopian treasures. How we trying to harm Ethiopia? You know, right now the Chinese man is coming into Ethiopia, helping Ethiopia. So we trying to help Ethiopia. Why are people shooting us?
This area was called Pakistan before they called it Israel. Please go look it up.
And now they got Jerusalem and Israel and Pakistan.
Peace, King.
Come on, y'all. We gotta do better than that.
Bantu, can you come up?
Hello, guys.
Peace. Turn your camera on for us, brother.
I'm doing my best. Sorry, guys. I'm doing my best. There's load shading this side. Please just give me 1 second. I'm trying to connect, ne? There's load shading. I'm in the dark. Just that I saw this live and I was like, damn, I want to be part of this, guys. Just want to say something, then I bounce. Oh yeah, I think now I can see myself somewhere. Can you guys see me there? I'm in the dark. Sorry, guys.
We can't see you.
Yeah, well, okay. So I'm sorry, guys. You'll have to hear my voice since load shedding is attacking South Africa.
No.
You'll only see the shining teeth or something there.
Yeah, we gotta, you know, we gotta see that face, man. We gotta see that face. Facial recognition.
I know, but well, it's my second time being here. I'm so happy I met you guys one more time. but I'll just say a few things. Hey, I'm in the dark. Hey. But yeah, I just want to say a few things and then I bounce. Is that going to be okay?
King, brother, man.
Yes.
If this your second time, then you should know the rules. You can't talk without showing your face.
Well, I'm in the load shading, guys. South Africa is going down. I'm sure you know about it.
Well, guess what, King? When you got the light on, that's when you come back.
Okay, can I agree and then I bounce?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm just saying you can't agree, brother. But I just don't want other people to follow in your footsteps and take us through this loophole. I appreciate you coming up. Like I say, if anybody cannot cam up, we got a YouTube. We got a YouTube going on tonight. Matter of fact, you could come to the YouTube and speak with us, and you don't have to turn your camera on. But on this platform,
at
you
least.
gotta turn your camera on to speak. That's just the rules we have.
Okay,
Man.
okay. Let me just do something about it. Let me just try to go outside. If that's okay, can you guys hold for me? At least, but well, it's dark here. It's not a day like you guys, but yeah. Hey, you know what? I think outside it's actually worse than in my room.
So y'all ain't got lights?
Yeah.
Y'all ain't got lights?
No, we haven't. We ain't got lights this time, especially. It's load shedding, so everybody got to be dark. You know how it is. It's even worse because in my room I don't even have a small thingy, a lighter or something. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to bounce this dark all out here.
Where you where you calling from?
I'm calling from South Africa.
Okay, all right. And y'all
So there's no. No, we don't have electricity. Haven't you know that we're struggling with load shedding this side?
Oh, all right, yeah. I'm just saying, like, I think people need to know that those things. I thought by now, you know, everybody would have had it, but I didn't know that, brother.
No, I'm trying to explain that I'm actually having load shedding. It's in the dark, the whole place. So I'm gonna have to wait for it until like 8 o'clock. So I saw this. I saw you guys were live, and then I thought, let me just holler before I just, you see, live it like this, because I think it's an interesting topic we're having tonight.
All right, brother, man. I guess I'm gonna have to make an exception for you.
Yeah, sure. All right, guys.
You could light a crayon. It could be a candle. But go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Thanks. Yeah. Actually, guys, I agree with you, ne? Okay, but the first point I wanted to talk about, especially when I saw this, is that we, as in black people, we are not Israelites. How I understand,
Wouldn't say that, but go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish your thought, but I wouldn't say that. But I want to see where you're going with it.
All right. According to the Bible, it is the name that was given to our forefathers, which it's when he fought with an angel, and then he woke up, and then the angel blessed him, giving him a new name, which is called Israelites, Israel, basically. So us, as in Africa, we did not and we don't accept that name because it's an abbreviation of 3 people on it. So hence, we as in black people, we don't call ourselves Israelites or Israel people, but we call ourselves Bantus, especially most here in Africa. So that's the first part I would like to indicate on it.
Well, and
I think when it comes to the Bible, a lot of some Africans don't want to connect to it because they know that it has been, taken away and translated not in their own language. But it's not about the names that's on the book. It's about the meaning behind it.
Very good.
People are stuck on the names and not the actual meaning, not the prophecy of the Bible.
Because I'm gonna tell you what, and this is why I say Israelites is those Africans who prove God is real by letting their light shine. That's what Israelites represent. It's not really connected to a people, and that's why I understand why you say. That's why I let you finish your thought. But Israelites has a meaning. So it's those that bring light to the world, and you gonna prove God is real. Now, whether you call yourself an Israelite, that don't matter, because your actions gonna make you an Israelite, not you. So none of our ancestors call themselves Israelites. I agree with you, but the name has a meaning that's taking effect in today. So right now, you have people that shine in light and proving to the world what God is real. through the light they shine. That's what an Israelite is. You know,
Okay.
so it's like understanding the meaning of the name rather than carrying the name.
Okay. So this is how we find it here. This is how we find it this side. Israelite, for us, it was actually a deception to take our minds, our thoughts, and our being from this continent to an outside continent or to somewhere else. So now we gotta have to believe, we're gonna have to follow, we're gonna have to take our thoughts that, you know what, we are not better or no, we are not being ourselves if I'm not being an Israel. By me thinking or knowing that, you know what, I'm an Israelite, I now need to take myself from where I am, from my belief, to somewhere else where I don't even know where that thing is. For example, hence I'm saying, if somebody or someone would say that I'm an Israel or I'm an Israelite by blood, so now I need to move myself from where I am, I need to move myself from being myself to something that I am not. So hence, us as in Bantu people in Africa, we are not called Israelites. We are being Bantu people that live in Africa, which is still that lives in Al-Kebulani, the name I actually like to use.
Well, brother man, and I can't nothing but put 2 thumbs up to everything you said, because this is why we have this up here. You know, and at the end of the day, I guess that's why I have the understanding to see both sides to unify us. Because at the end of the day, I'm not in disagreement with you, but I just have understanding. You know, but you are absolutely right, because I was just saying this to a brother. When we open the Bible, we see Israel, we automatically gonna connect to the Middle East. We're not gonna connect ourselves to Africa. That's why you got 1,000 Hebrews right now who hate Africans. You know, so I definitely, man, that's why I say I gotta give you 2 thumbs up. But it's the understanding that's gonna unify us. Because right now,
Number 2.
you know, I'm Bantu and I'm an Israelite, but I don't prescribe to none of them, because my actions gonna really let you know who. That's why I go back to them old sayings, man. Actions speak louder than words.
Cool.
Because even the books say all Israel, not Israel. You know, so at the same time, man, I'm totally in agreement with you. I'm not against you. I just have understanding. Because
Second thing.
you know, but go ahead.
Okay, second thing. You were talking about Egypt. Okay, which it's you said it's translated. It basically means bondage. I agree to that. 100%. I agree to that. So basically, as much as Egypt was bondage for our older people, our ancestors, as much as they were captive there for more than 400 years until so-called Moses had to come and release those people from the land of the bondage. And today's bondage, well, I know today's bondage, it's okay, or today's Egypt, it's actually USA. That's USA, that's today's. But anyone who is in USA, actually, I feel shame for them. I don't know how or why. And yeah, us as in Bantu people again in this land, we are not Ethiopians.
Well,
And
but Ethiopia is a modern day word. We're not Ethiopians. Ethiopian means burnt face. You know, so
no. Remember, yes, it's a modern day word, which is Ethiopians have been there for a very long while, but still, Ethiopia. Sorry.
Before it was called Ethiopia, it was called Magdala, it was called Abyssinia. It had many names. So we know Ethiopia is a modern day name that came from the Greeks. It's a Greek word.
Yes, I would agree to that. But
Ethiopians have been scattered, as the Bible says. Like Moses said, we was gonna be scattered to the 4 winds of the earth. And that's why if we don't know the Bible come from here, we don't know who the true scattered people is. Like you said, we think the people have been scattered from here. The people were scattered from here and the rest of Africa.
And a lot of Ethiopians don't believe that they have been colonized. They don't believe that they were part of the slave trade. But there's a lot of documents that explain how they were part of the slave trade. Even the Bible that comes from Ethiopia explains about being scattered.
You say it.
Okay, are you saying that the Bible actually came from Ethiopia?
Yes,
Oh
it
yes,
is.
yeah. We got facts. Shit, the world know this. The oldest
No,
Bibles
I
in the world.
disagree. I disagree.
So where it came from?
The
Let's say the
reason,
oldest Bibles in
the
Ethiopia.
all right. Let's read, okay? Let us read. I just want us to just highlight few things. It's a shame on me because I'm in the darkness. If maybe I had my computer PC on, I was going to open my maps, my Google Maps, and so that I can pinpoint few things, especially that is being translated from the Bible itself. You see. All right. The father of Abraham was Terah, and Terah used to live in Burkina Faso. That's where he was chosen from. That's where he was taken from. And by that time, Ethiopia was there. So I don't want to put Ethiopia, include people from Ethiopia and include them with the people from the father. Those are two kinds of people. They are not the same, especially when it comes to the chosen people of the father and the people who used to live in Ethiopia. Those are two different kinds of people.
Are
So
you
the
are you
father,
mistaken? Are you mistaking with the Ethiopians that you see today compared to the actual ancient Ethiopians that have been scattered in the past?
I think
no.
we.
I'm talking about, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about they can they are where let me just say the whole African people have been scattered everywhere today. So we're having mixed blood we're having all mixed blood from one tribe to another today. So I won't really be talking about today because today everyone has been scattered to everywhere. So I'm talking about I'm talking about the old Ethiopians, the real Ethiopians that used to live in that land, which are two types of people, which is there were those Ethiopians and there are people who used to live, especially when it comes to the father, when he take out of his land, when he was to tell Abraham that get out of thy land and your father's land and thy kindred, when he used to say that, he took Abraham from that land. He was not in Ethiopia, which is in Burkina Faso. If you can just turn on your Google Maps, I will just show you everything I'm talking about.
Hey, who this look like?
No, I don't have an idea.
He look like an American, huh? He don't look like he look like an African to you?
Yeah, well, no. It could look like American wife.
He look like the American blacks, huh?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. You know where his
Okay.
original family come from?
No.
East Africa. Now we're gonna show
Yes,
you another
correct.
picture. These people
Mm-hmm.
never been slaves. These are kings that never been slaves. Right there, go right there. Ooh, what he look like? He like he on the run right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know where he come from? His family
Mm-hmm.
never been
Go ahead.
slaves. You know what they
Okay.
call these people? The Negus. That's the original name for kings and priests. It's him again.
Okay.
Now, these are the original East Africans.
Yes.
It's documented proof. Their family was never slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know when these men was around?
Mm-hmm.
The 18 and 1900s.
Mm-hmm.
So why they never told us about these people? Now we got pictures, we got graves. Shit, they even got some of their houses still up that they built.
Mm-hmm.
Why we as Black Africans wasn't taught about this?
All right.
Because the N word hold a lot of power right now. The N word
Mm-hmm.
alone. Well, we got a whole group of kings that's connected to the N word. When we can go visit their grave sites, we can go visit the land that they was living in. Nobody's taught about these people. What's going on? And then guess what? They connect to the Bible. It's another black man with cornrows.
Mm-hmm.
So these are kings who we could actually go visit the places where they live. We can go visit their graves. But we taught about, like you said, Israel, David, Abraham. These are Abraham descendants. How we know Abraham, but we don't know his descendants? Because we don't know Abraham.
Well, I've never seen all these pictures, honestly. Even Abraham himself, I don't even know him. All I know is that he's the father of the Bantu people mostly. I don't know these pictures
you know
literally.
that's what you put together. Abraham
Yeah,
is the
but
father of the people we just showed you. These the people we just showed you. Them descendants of Abraham. We don't
yes,
even
I
know
would
these
agree.
people.
Well, I don't know these people. I won't say yes, I know them, but I literally don't know them. But I know them maybe by their names and everything because I never seen these pictures before.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You just know Abraham because they wanted you to know Abraham. That's the only reason why they didn't want you to know the descendants of Abraham. They just wanted you to focus on Abraham. Because, like you said, you don't really know Abraham, but you're speaking about him. You see what I'm saying? So the same thing, the people who wanted you to know about Abraham, they knew you wasn't gonna know nothing about Abraham. They knew
No,
this. So they
I
taught
think
you about Abraham.
I think, brother, we are a little bit off to each other. Why I'm saying that is because I'm not saying those black Americans that are there, they are not descendants from Africa. No. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, by those times, especially when you say that the Bible came from Ethiopia, that is the part I literally disagree from. Because the Bantu history does not only come from Ethiopia. Because by that time, in the times of Abraham, in the times of maybe I could say all the kings that are actually there in the Bible, Ethiopians were already there. So
Okay,
I'm not
well,
saying
tell us this. Where does the Bible come from? Well, what does the Bible come from then?
100%. So hence I will go to Bible. It's an African history. It could include Ethiopians. It includes them. It's so basically it's like it's a
Where does
small
it come from?
section that includes from. Sorry.
Where does it come from, brother?
In the Bible's you know what? I'll be going too deep when I can get into this. So I don't want to go too deep. Because
No.
I don't want to
Hey,
confuse the whole topic here. I don't want to confuse the whole topic here. I just want to be on point.
You talking to us. Hey, slow down. We're going to ask you one more time. Where does the Bible come from? That's all we want to know.
In Africa. In Africa.
You know how big Africa is?
We say East
Remember,
Africa.
Africa is not separated. No. I'm talking about Africa. Africa is one land.
Brother, listen. We said the Bible come from Africa. So we said that already. We said East Africa. You said no, it don't come from East Africa. That's what we should have said, because Ethiopia might be, but when you talking about the real Ethiopia, you got to add Uganda, Kenya, Eritrea, Somalia. All that was one big part. So we want to ask you again, where does the Bible come from? East, North, South, or West Africa?
And I'm saying the Bible comes from Africa.
Okay, brother
it
man.
includes
So guess
all
what?
the locations in
Hold
Africa.
up. So, brother man, the Bible don't come from a particular place. It comes from all over Africa. That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, where is the throne of the King of Kings? Where is that in Africa? Is it east, north, south, or is it everywhere in Africa?
Okay. Number one, we're going to talk about...
It was number one. Where is the King of Kings throne? Is it east, south, west,
It's
or
in the
north?
south. It's in the south.
Well, okay. Well, this is where we totally draw the line at. The King David throne, is it right here? It's not in South Africa. Yeah.
In Ethiopia.
Okay, so when I ask you, so Ethiopia not the south, right?
In Ethiopia, that's King David. Please prove me wrong, brother.
King David is the King of Kings.
Please prove me wrong on that.
David come from Abraham.
Sorry?
David come from Abraham.
Where is Abraham coming from?
Brother.
His father used to live in Burkina Faso. That's west of Africa. His father used to live in the south of Africa. So how, and he
brother,
took his, if he was a ruler, he ruled if he was a ruler, King David, yes,
brother, the biblical
yes,
names, they are
mm-hmm.
not connected to African. Nobody called. Nobody of our ancestors used none of these biblical names. So you can't
Nobody
read the
from
book and
what?
connect it to. Hold on, brother. This is what you're doing. You're doing the same thing people do when they see Israel and they connect it to Israel. That's what you're doing right now. You're reading the Bible, you see the
What?
name, and you connect it to modern day name. That's
No,
what you're doing.
Is David an African name?
no, no. Hence, I'm saying the Bible. No, no, no. David is not an African name.
Okay.
David is not an African name.
Okay, so they translated these
That's what
scriptures
I'm
and
saying.
gave it a different name. So it's not
Let me give
about
you one example. For example,
the
there is
name.
a guy called Moses. There's a guy called Moses. I will tell you with our Bible here in Africa. There is a guy called Moses. And you know that guy called Moses, who do we call him here in Africa? We
Moshe.
call him Musa. No, we call him
Okay.
Musa. We call him
But guess
Musa.
what?
It's
But
Musa
guess
to
what,
us.
brother? Correct. But
Yeah?
guess what? Moses represents the
Yes.
high priest who God anointed. Moses ain't even a real character. And when you said we was in Egypt, Egypt mean out of worship. So we was right there in our own lands worshiping false gods. And what did God
So
do?
are you
God
saying,
anointed men to get you out of worship. It wasn't it wasn't
are
that
you
God asked
saying that
Moses
those
to
people
bring
who
us
came out
out of
from
the land
Egypt,
Egypt. It was never a land Egypt.
what?
Yes, brother. It was never a land.
Hey, now there's a lot of
Brother,
new
you're doing the
things I'm
same thing
hearing
with
here.
Israel because they put Egypt on the map. And you, brother, Egyptology, it come from the Romans. You can't, Egyptology ain't in Africa. That just came to Africa. If you look it up and do your research, Egyptology was created
Brother, hey,
by
this
the
is new to
Romans.
me now.
Look, brother, I know
This
this
is
might be hard to
very
follow.
new to me.
Brother, say it again.
Are you saying all those people who left Egypt, they were not there?
Well, yes, brother, because listen, Egypt is our worship. So, brother, a lot of our
For real?
kings, brother, listen to this. If you're not worshiping
Yes.
God, you in Egypt. Do you get that concept? If you're not worshiping God, you are in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
So back then, the Bible tell you our forefathers didn't worship God. They created a golden calf. They created their
Brother,
own
you
God.
just showed me you just showed me the real sons of King of our father Abraham. You just showed me that.
But brother, it don't mean they was all righteous. I didn't show you all of them,
What?
but it's a lot of them that did wrong, brother. I showed you a few of them that just to show you. I showed you that I didn't show you to show you. Oh, worship them. That's not what I was just showing you to show you who are the descendants of King David or the descendants of Abraham. But we know so much
But
about
why
Abraham, but we don't know about his descendants. If you don't know
why is
about
that
his
statement contradicting with the other one?
brother man, if you
Because
don't know
this
about his
statement is
descendants, you don't
contradicting
know.
with the other.
Listen, brother.
Yes,
What I'm trying
yes.
to tell you, you can't find Abraham grave. You can't find nothing about Abraham, and you even said it yourself. I don't know Abraham. I just know he the father of the Bantu. No, you don't. You just put your information with the information you was told.
No,
That's
no, no,
what you
no,
did.
no.
You said it
Can I tell
yourself.
you what I
I know
did?
Abraham.
Can I tell you what I did? Can
Well,
I tell
no,
you what
that's
I
not the
did?
point. What you did is not the point. The point is you already said you don't know Abraham. That's the point. Ain't no other point
Do
after that because everything after that is
it it
incorrect.
it it doesn't mean, wait, it doesn't mean since you know Ali and on the pictures you literally know the man. No. It's the same thing.
Well,
You and I were like one in this case.
not really because I
You
know where
you
everything
don't
is
know
connected.
them. Yes, you don't know those pictures. You don't even know any of these guys. You only know them on the picture. It is as much as I do know Abraham, as much as I only know them there. So how should I know them? Like,
so do you have any proof on descendants of David or of Abraham that came from the Bantu, that came from the south of Africa? Can you show
I've
us
got.
that?
Yes, I would like to show you maybe sometime when you're gonna have this live. I will come back because now I'm struggling with load
You
shading.
just tell me the name and I'll look it up.
At this moment, I'm still struggling with everything, and my information was kept. So why I'm here was it was that for me to come and disagree with these two statements that the Bible came from Ethiopia. I disagreed with that because Ethiopia was part of the Bible history itself. So basically, the Bible came from Africa as a whole, and as to agree as well that if they're talking about that Israelites that is there, us as in Africans, we are not Israelites. It's only the deception that we need to transform and move from here to everything. That's why I came by. You
So
see,
so
so
so so the Bible talk about learning about the Bible talk about Abraham descendants. Moses spoke of Abraham descendants. So if you don't know Abraham descendants, then you don't even know how to find Abraham. We just showed you Abraham descendants, and what?
okay, carry on.
You didn't even know nothing about them. So when you read in Genesis 15 and 14, well, I'm gonna start at 13. In Genesis, Moses is prophesying about who? Abraham descendants. So when Moses talk about Abraham, he's speaking of the descendants. That's why Abraham is allegory for the descendants, not for a man that you connect to a land. So I'm going to start at 13. It says, and he said unto Abraham, know of certainty that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward they will come out with great substance. So Abraham is a allegory for the descendants. That's what Abraham is. That's why Abraham is not a real person of historical time. Moses was prophesying about the descendants, which is why we showed you these are the people.
Sorry, repeat that.
Huh?
That's why Abraham is?
Abraham is allegory for the descendants of
You
Abraham.
said that's why Abraham is?
I didn't say what Abraham means. Abraham means the descendants. Abraham is for the descendants. Abraham is not for a historical story. Moses didn't teach. Abraham met Melchizedek to get the bread and wine, right? If you understand Moses' writings about Abraham. But right now, who brings the bread and wine? Christ, Melchizedek. To Abraham descendants who was going to be in captivity.
All right.
That's what Moses wrote about.
All right.
Wrote about us going into
brother, I apologize. There might be other people who would like to come in. And for now, I'll be back when you guys going to have this live. And I would like to show you all the points that I'm talking about because I think now we're in two ways. And appreciate the time you guys gave me. I would like to say thank you very much. Please give me this time one more time sometime. And thank you very much. Yeah, I would like to learn more about how you guys view the world and how you guys view the Bible. It is, pleasure to meet you one more time, guys.
All right, brother, man. Appreciate you for coming up.
Thanks.
Man, we got to understand, y'all, from Genesis to Revelation is prophecy. And that's what we don't know. The Bible is a story with a hidden meaning. The hidden meaning is what? The prophecy that got to be revealed to you. The happening. If you ain't never seen it happening, then you don't know the mystery. You got to see it happening. Don't forget, y'all, we do have a YouTube tonight, man. So like I said, if you can't cam up, join the YouTube. Come up on the YouTube. You can talk. You can speak. questions can't get answered, and you also gonna have other followers. I mean other people to speak with. And when you come up, be ready to have your camera on. Be ready to have the camera on when you come up. Come up. What time? 7 o'clock Central. 7 o'clock Central.
Peace, peace. Can you come up?
Okay. Should I go on video or?
Huh?
Yes, you should. You need to put
Hello?
your camera on.
Can you hear me? Okay. Let me turn on my video. Actually, I'm going to show you one video regarding some people who say that Ethiopia is not the land, the promised land or eastern part of Africa. I've one deep research, especially the one I make it on my profile. If you check this website, you'll have a deep research and also decoding the Bible verses word by word. So for me, I think it's better to, because I'm shy, I don't want to be on video. So I can speak in like this.
That's why I say if you can't be on video, brother, man, you know that's just our policy. So we understand your
Okay,
shyness.
no problem.
You know,
No worries. I'll come up. Brother. Okay. Okay, let me turn my video up. Sorry. I was checking something. If you guys see this picture, you can make it on Zoom if you want.
We're gonna have to make it bigger.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it bigger.
For example, this land, now currently the people think that Palestine is found in Middle East. No, it's found in Africa. It is some part of in southern part of Sudan or something that in that time. But currently the people say that they are fighting in the Middle East. They say this is Palestine, this is Israel. No, Palestine, Israel, all lands are in Ethiopia, in Africa, especially in East Africa. Now, if I show you the which land covers, okay, let me show you. So when I make a generalization, I'm supporting you guys' evidence. You can visit this this channel, revisionist. Yeah, this channel you can check revisionist, because this guy they block them because they know the reason, so they block this channel. So the guy are now migrated to there is a Russian YouTube type of channel, so they are doing on that channel. Currently in YouTube, they block them. They couldn't push anything. I mean, they couldn't upload anything.
Yeah, brother. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Sufficient to complete his study. The claim of the biblical Philistines.
So, are there any questions you have?
We will discuss this topic more in depth in a following episode.
We didn't really
the Philistines' southwestern location
look it up,
explains why the book of Exodus
So,
tells us that the Hebrews were not allowed to go.
Okay. Me, I don't have any question. Just I'm just proving that your claim is right.
Okay, all right. Thank you. We appreciate it.
I'm Ethiopian. I have my own research, and also I read a lot of resources. So I come and conclusion that Israelite, not a Jewish. We are not Jewish. We are Israelites. Jewish, they're right. Maybe the people who currently found in Middle East, but we are the Israelites. The Africans, the East Africans, especially that you guys said, the East African. That's why God keep His promise through His line, because it's already prophecy. The prophecy was already done.
Yeah, and that's really what most people don't understand. We don't understand the prophecy, and that's what throws us off. We all have put our private interpretation on the prophecy.
Yeah, we have 4 types. There are 7 covenants in Ethiopian teaching. The Ethiopian Orthodox teaching, there are 7 thrones. All the 7 thrones are found in Ethiopia. not any part of the world, only found in Ethiopia.
Right, and that's like I
They don't
said,
know.
that's the
Mhm.
argument that nobody can win. Because when you connect the Bible up to the King of Kings, that's only found in Ethiopia.
Only exists
That's
in
only
Africa.
in Africa. You know, and like I say, when you bring that argument, that proves, as the scriptures say, every man a liar. Because if people have not connected these things, and the whole world is reading the Bible, but the whole world looking at Israel and Jerusalem and the Jordan River, you know, and all these things, and nobody is looking to Ethiopia where all this stuff originated from.
Yeah, Jordan River is currently known as Takaze River. Even the Gomorrah, the land of Gomorrah and what is the name of, I don't know how to pronounce, Sodom and Gomorrah is found in the eastern part of Ethiopia, currently known as Afar region or Dankal Depression, which is the hottest place on earth, known as Dankal Depression. That is because it's not become randomly like the way that it happened. It is own God's reason that's become the hottest planet on Earth, and also the salty area. Even salt is produced, natural salt is found in there. So why? Because that's God's reason.
Well, yeah, buddy. Like I say, man, we definitely appreciate the information. You know, like I said, y'all, that's a you hearing that? And what part of Ethiopia you calling from?
I'm from Ethiopia. I'm from the northern part of the Amhara region. Now currently I live in the Middle East.
Okay. Oh, so you actually in the Middle East?
Yeah, I live in Dubai. I am an
Okay.
IT expert by profession, but I like history, so I read most of the ancient histories, like before Christ, not like 18th century or 17th century history. I like 10th century, BC history are more accurate. And if you go to Ethiopian history, you have a lot of resources, especially if you know Ge'ez. Me, I'm not, uh, uh, I don't know, I couldn't speak Ge'ez, but when the people translate to Amharic, so I can see the history, I can read, I can understand.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Like I say, brother, we damn appreciate you coming up, making that clarification, y'all. You know, so we
Okay, you
definitely
can
gonna give
visit
you a call,
this
brother.
channel. Okay, you can visit this channel because you'll get a lot of information, and then yeah, it will help for you. Thank you,
All
guys.
right, man. Appreciate you.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Maybe when you let somebody else up, it won't change. Can't even walk down the street for them. Remember, y'all, when you come up, have your camera on. Turn your camera on.
Yo, peace. Can you come up?
Okay, I just need just one question. I'm not gonna be here all long. Just 10 seconds.
Okay, soon you ask your question, we're gonna drop you down.
All right, okay. So I just came here. I don't know what y'all are talking about, but you said the real Mecca and Jerusalem is in Ethiopia. What do you mean by that?
So all these names have meanings. They mean states of mind. The Romans created these things to remove us from these states of mind. And now we just go into the state. The Bible comes from Ethiopia. So to deceive the world, you know, and take the world from the original place, they took us to a created place that they created. Israel and Jerusalem means both people. Mecca is also a person, the one that's like God. That's why in Mecca you have the black stone, the cobblestone, the black Christ is a stone. So This is the deception. This is the crafty counsel that's in the world. These things was formulated and put together. That's why they call it a crafty counsel. You know, a crafty counsel. That means they put these things together so you wouldn't find out the original. Because again, this is the original. This is what was put together. This is why we say these things. We know these are states of mind. These are not actual states.
And Africans didn't divide Africa and put the names on Africa. The Europeans, the colonizers did it. And now y'all stuck on names and arguing about names.
Israel light. Those who shine light to prove God real. The new Jerusalem. The renewed mind. The new song. Mecca. The rock solid stone. The black stone. The cobblestone. The stone the builders refuse. All this come from here. Not here. I guess. He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad though.
Peace, peace, VA.
Christ on earth finna go back to Ethiopia, and the world gonna be shocked, cause he ain't gonna be in Jerusalem. He ain't gonna be in Israel. So Christ right now is returning back to Ethiopia to sit on David's throne, to restore restoration to the world, liberty, justice. So these things are finna happen, whether you believe it or not. We just here giving you the warning. And our job is just to blow the trumpet. You got to understand the sound. What's up, brother man? You got a camera for us?
Oh wait, I didn't know I was back on there. My bad. Okay, now we talked a little bit earlier, but I just wanted to clarify what some of your guests just said. I think the problem with the brother from South Africa is he didn't realize those pictures you showed him were actual kings in Ethiopia, emperors, I should say. So so when we're telling this history, this is where all the confusion is coming. For example, like you showed Nagus Mikhail, or formerly known as Ras Ali. There's kings and there are kings of kings. The kings of kings is literally what it is. He's the king of all the other kings.
I know that.
We know that.
That's what Christ is.
He was a Muslim.
No, he was confused. He didn't know who those people were because you guys didn't tell him, oh, these were the emperors of Ethiopia.
Well, brother man, we people out love to come up here and try to teach us.
I'm not trying to teach you. I'm saying you're not telling the information.
I
So
didn't have to. I didn't bring the pictures up for me to. If I was talking about Mikhail Wallo, then I would have been explaining. I'm not talking about him right now. I was trying to show him something because he didn't understand that original Ethiopians have also been scattered. So I was just showing him original pictures of Ethiopians and what they look like.
So no. See, you just said the original Ethiopians. These are the Ethiopians of today. When you talk about when you talk about Haile Selassie, when you talk about Johannes, when you talk about Theodros, these are actually recent emperors of Ethiopia.
Okay, but it's many Ethiopians that have scattered.
They're still there. No.
Brother, for one thing, Menelik didn't have that many kids. Like you said, when you talk about the emperors, you're just talking about the king of kings. You're not talking about their cousins and the rest of their family. You're not talking about the other kings and the other emperors, the other governors. Most people don't even know who Selassie is.
So let me ask you this, right? I was actually born in Ethiopia. I'm residing in the U.S. right now. So is that what you mean, scattered?
No, we mean that they have been taken from their native land.
brother.
The
Literally,
Ethiopians have been taken from their native
Yes.
land? Is what you're saying?
yeah, yeah,
How
a
so?
part of the slave trade. You don't even know Ethiopians are part of the slave trade.
Ethiopians were part of the slave trade.
Correct.
Yes,
So they were enslaved, is what you're saying, Ethiopians?
yes, they was taken from Ethiopia and taken to Rome, Great Britain, the islands, just like other Africans.
Just like
Okay.
people in Somalia
So
were
you're talking
taken,
about the
just like people in
diaspora. You're talking
Syria
about
were
the black
taken.
diaspora in general. You're saying some could have actually came from what is present day Ethiopia. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Yes, yes, we know
Just
for a
like
fact.
Somalia, just like Eritrea, that's right next to Ethiopia.
Okay. So, but again, the confusion was the brother from South Africa said no. Abraham was. Where did he say? I think he said Burkina Faso, if I'm not
He said
mistaken.
in South Africa.
Yeah, he
South
said he was
Africa.
coming from, yeah, Abraham. You know,
Yeah. So when you showed him those pictures, he has no idea who those people are. He still, even after your conversation, he doesn't realize these are Ethiopian emperors. Is what I'm saying.
well, that's the point of me showing them to him because if you understand the lineage of David, they are the emperors.
I know.
Abraham. The lineage of Abraham is emperor. That's why I say Levi is in Abraham's loins. Levi are the priests. So the people that come from that the book is talking about is emperors. So, bro, like I said, I wasn't showing him them pictures to. Like I said, I don't know why you making this argument, but I
I'm
wasn't
not
showing
making
them
an
them pictures.
argument. No, I'm just telling you what I seen. The guy was confused. He had no idea who they were, and it just it contradicted what he was trying to say, and he couldn't even understand where you were coming from.
He understood he couldn't prove his part. We could prove that there's been people that is connected to the Bible to Ethiopia, but we are asking him, can you prove this Bible connected to South Africa? That was the conversation.
All right.
We have plenty lives talking about the emperors from Ethiopia. This is not the first time of us talking about Ethiopia.
Again, I know, but this could very well be his first time on your platform. He's still confused, more confused than ever, is what I'm
But if
saying.
he's confused,
Brother, you can't come on. Hold up.
if he's
But
confused, he'll come back
nevertheless,
up and ask
Don't come on.
questions.
Hey, don't come on here speaking for another man, homie. Don't
I
come
mean,
on. You speaking for a whole nother man. You
yeah,
don't even know. You don't even know what kind of
listen,
understanding he
'cause
got. Hey, this is what you gonna do, brother. You gonna change the topic or we gonna move on? Cause we
yeah,
not
yeah.
here to talk about this.
So
You
moving
talking about
on.
small talk.
So moving on, let me just correct some fallacies that were just preached on this in this
Nah,
live.
nah, nah. Hey, brother, do you got some questions?
We're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
here
I
to
You
do.
got
talk.
some questions?
Yes, I do. You guys said
Okay, well, what's the
Ethiopia.
question?
You said Ethiopia is a Greek word and it means burnt face, and it could very well mean burnt face in Greek. But
What's
what
the
you guys didn't
question?
know, so let me
Brother,
educate you
hey,
now, brother.
slow down,
Let
slow
me
down.
educate you.
We don't want the information. We want a question, and we'll give you an
Hey, this is
answer.
what we finna do, brother. If you don't have a question, we gonna move on.
No, I do have a question. Did you know
So ask the
that?
question then. Ask the question.
Okay, so this is the question for you, bro. Did you know where the word Ethiopia actually came from? Do you know who gave why the Greeks used Ethiopia to describe burnt faces or black people? It actually comes from an
Because
emperor, an ancient
because
emperor of Ethiopia. His name is Ethiopius. Did you know that? That's the question. Did you know that? So it's not a Greek word. It's actually the name of one of the sons of Cush. Did you know that?
what do you know burnt face mean darkness because the son of Cush is the one that uncovered his father's secrets? So he was in darkness with a burnt face? Did you know that?
Again, understand. So what I'm stating to you is when you're trying to educate people on this platform, you just said Ethiopia was a Greek word, but not knowing
It
where it
is a
even
Greek
came
word.
from.
It is
It's
a
not
Greek
a Greek.
word.
It comes from Ethiopians. Look it up.
What Ethiopian they come from?
Ethiopians.
Ethiopians? And
Yes.
when was he around?
Roughly 3,000 years ago. Over 3,000 years ago.
Okay, so why So why they wasn't using the name Ethiopia in the 1800s? Why they weren't using it then?
See, that's what you don't know again. The Western world did it. But Ethiopians, we've always used Ethiopia as our identifier. You don't know because you've never been told. Like you stated earlier,
Brother man.
you guys were never taught this history.
Brother man. You telling me about a man 3,000 years ago? That's like telling me about a Jesus 2,000 years ago, brother man. Hey, brother man, I'm gonna do you a favor, man. I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna move on. Hey, brother, I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna move on because
Okay.
when you went back 3,000 years ago, we ain't got time right now, homie. We ain't got that kind of time. We ain't got that
Okay.
time.
But again, see, we're talking about history. I thought the history
Brother,
that was not taught to the
that's your
world.
history. I don't go. Listen, I don't go back past the 1800s, homie.
1800s.
Yeah, I don't go back. Yeah, I don't go
Why
back
not?
past 1800s.
It's not relevant to you.
No, because it's not relevant to nobody.
So why is the cutoff date as far as relevancy the 1800s? What's so?
Because you can't really prove nothing after the 1800s. You
Why
can't
not?
prove too much after the 1800s.
Why not?
Yeah, it's
I mean,
brother.
look.
You don't know what's
So
going on. You don't know what's going on in your own neighborhood you grew up in, and you
why
from
not?
Ethiopia. Now you over here with phones. You
Well,
don't.
why,
Brother, the
why
thing
wouldn't I
about
know?
history.
Why wouldn't I know?
Hold on, brother. Most of the people who told history was never written down. The Romans wrote history. That's
Absolutely
that's
not.
fact.
Absolutely
Okay.
not.
Well, okay.
Let
But
me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
history was always told by the chief.
No,
That's why
Ethiopians. We
Haile
got
Selassie,
okay.
brother.
Here's something
Listen,
maybe you don't know. So listen, hear me out, brother. Give me a chance.
I can't hear you
E-
out if you can't hear me out.
oh no, but you just said Romans wrote history,
But you couldn't. You got to
and
hear the
then
whole thought.
okay, go ahead, go
You
ahead.
cut
Let me.
me off in the
I'm
middle
sorry,
of my story.
my bad. Go ahead, finish your thought, bro.
So most of the priests was killed. That's what the wars was for. They took scrolls from Ethiopia, not books. They took scrolls. So our writings were never in books. The Romans created books. So when you deal with history, history was wrote by the Romans. Most of the people that told history in Africa, they got killed.
Okay, so let me. Do you know about the Kubra Nagast?
I just showed you pictures of them. Yeah, you talking about the book?
The book.
Yes.
Who wrote that book? The Romans?
When was the book written?
The Kubra Nagast dates back to the 12th century, so that's about 800 years ago.
That Cabra nigga's book wasn't written. We finna look it up when the Cabra nigga was written. I bet
Yeah,
you.
go
I
ahead.
bet
You
you
can
it
look
was
it
written
up.
in the early 1900s. How much you want to bet?
I'll bet my life.
Okay.
So anyway, so as I was saying, see, this is where the misconception of history comes from. You think that Africans never developed a writing system. Ethiopians have wrote in Ge'ez for over 3,000 years, brother. We've
Brother.
recorded our
No,
own
that's not what
history.
I'm saying.
No,
Only
listen,
priests.
brother. Listen, bro.
Only priests wrote. Only
Listen,
priests.
bro. Listen, bro. We've recorded our own history in real time, as opposed to this revisionist history that you're perpetuating.
Brother, nobody recorded history. Most Africans did not write until the 1900s.
I'm talking
This
about
is fact.
specific. I'm talking about specifically about the Ethiopians. That's what I'm talking about. That's what this whole live is about, right? Ethiopia. I'm telling you, look at how old the Giz alphabet is.
Translation.
Look up how old the Giz alphabet is.
Brother, what you
You
don't
understand?
understand. Hold on, brother. Why did Haile Selassie bring schools back to Ethiopia? Because they already had schools teaching people, or schools is something that's modern, that's more modern.
Well,
So what I'm
actually,
telling
yeah.
you,
If you're talking about,
brother, let me finish, brother, let me finish.
I thought you asked the question.
When you deal with the priests, nobody, the people in Ethiopia, they was not writing. Writing is something that Haile Selassie brought back to the people. And now I'm not considering priests that wrote. Only certain individuals wrote. This is facts.
No, no. I mean,
Okay, hold on, but let me finish.
mm-hmm.
In the movie Shaka, if you see the movie Shaka, they didn't
Shaka
deal with
Zulu.
handwriting. Yeah, Shaka Zulu.
Uh-huh.
Handwriting is something modern. Spoken word is the ancient African way.
That's South Africa, not Ethiopia, my friend.
Brother, that's East Africa. For one thing,
No. That's South Africa.
but no,
But,
brother, listen.
but
All through
nevertheless,
Africa, listen, brother. All through Africa, the only people that dealt with handwriting was certain priests. This is facts. If you want to fight it, you can fight it.
no.
Everybody in Ethiopia wasn't dealing with handwriting until Haile Selassie brung it.
No. Again, this is where the confusion is. Haile Selassie, in fact, it was even pre-Haile Selassie. I would say after Menelik, right? After Menelik's reign, Ethiopia got introduced to modern education, if that's what you're referring to. But
No,
listen, in Ethiopia, the ones who are able to read and write, you're absolutely right, were taught by the clergy in Giz. That's where that's where the Amharic alphabet comes from. And if you see how old Giz is, you'd see it's over 3,000 years old. In fact, some would even argue it's the oldest Semitic language. It birthed
but brother,
all other
it's a
Semitic languages.
spoken, correct. It's a spoken language.
It's a written language with its own alphabet. And guess what, brother? And even prior to that, because Ge'ez evolved from the ancient, well, let's not call it Egypt because that's not
All you want to do
biblical,
is teach, brother.
but we can
You
call
want to
it
teach too much.
Mizraim, right? Mizraim. It comes from the hieroglyphs, which evolved into the Demotic script, which evolved
So
into
brother man,
Biblical. So
this is where
listen,
we going. This is where we going left here.
excuse
You
me?
giving me dates? Nobody. All the dates you giving me, they don't come from Ethiopia.
Absolutely do. They do.
So who created dates?
Ethiopians.
They did.
Absolutely.
Okay, can you give me some? Why you say that? Can you tell me why you say that?
We're the only ones who use it. Who do you think created it? The creators of that language.
So you telling me Ethiopians got the King of Kings, but the only King of Kings came 2,000 years ago.
No. Like I stated to you earlier, King of Kings. I mean, if we want to be technical, the last emperor who's Haile Selassie, his official titles were King of Kings, Lord of Lords, Conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, the elect of God.
So do
Okay,
you believe Haile Selassie is Christ, or do you believe in the 2,000-year-old Christ?
they got the same title. That's my
Haile,
point. They got the
Haile
same title.
Selassie, Haile Selassie worshipped Christ.
So brother,
Okay?
how can you have the
Haile
same title?
Selassie
Hold up,
worshipped
I heard
the
you.
Christ of 2,000
Listen,
years
brother,
ago.
listen to what we saying. Christ and Haile Selassie had the same title. Are you following me?
Again, this title, I told you earlier in our conversation
Brother, are
earlier,
you
these titles
hey,
come from Solomon
brother,
and
stop
Sheba.
going into teacher mode. You know, a good teacher answers questions. It ain't
Okay.
always good to explain yourself. So the same title that Christ has in the Bible, Haile Selassie had.
Yeah,
Now I don't worship Haile Selassie or Christ. I'm just
that,
showing you how you double talking.
no, it's not double
Why
talking actually, because
why
I
listen,
explained it
brother,
to you earlier, bro.
I can't finish my thought and you can never hear my whole thought so you can respond properly.
Okay.
So if you say the King of Kings came 2,000 years ago, but then you literally got a lineage of kings that came.
This
Now
is
the Romans, see, you still can't. The Romans say the same thing you say, But if the
What's that?
world knew a king of kings is from the seed of David and not from the sky, like you should already accept, but you don't accept that. You accept a 2,000-year-old deity, but then talk about the king of kings that sat on the throne. That's called double talk.
Let me explain it to you again. Haile Selassie actually claimed, listen, they have the bloodline. It's from the bloodline. Haile Selassie never claimed to be Christ. He worshiped Christ. Christ of 2,000 years ago, the Messiah, who we're waiting for his second coming as we speak.
Hey, you're a liar, brother. Haile
I'm
Selassie
alive.
said, listen, Haile Selassie said you should not ever worship a deity. Haile Selassie said David will, this is what Haile Selassie said, David will destroy the giant in the 20th century. So Haile Selassie
That's
understood.
absolutely false. You're a liar.
You want me to play the video?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm glad we're going to play it. Haile Selassie speaking in his
Haile
garden.
Selassie spoke of David who destroyed the giant. Past tense, brother.
Haile Selassie said David will destroy the giant. YouTube video. I'm finna pull it up for you, bro. Be cool. Be cool. Be cool. Don't worry. Let me turn this. Let me turn this off right quick. Oh. Damn. We go to Greens. Okay.
It is good that you are here to record this picture of me in my palace garden at Addis Ababa. People who see this throughout the world will realize that even in the 20th century, garden at Addis Ababa, people who see this throughout the world will
I've seen
realize
this video. I know this video.
in the 20th century, with faith that you are here to record this, will realize that even in the 20th century,
Damn.
with faith
I'm trying.
in the 20th century, with
Why won't pause? Well, he say the 20th century. Now, so Haile Selassie understood the David and Goliath story never happened.
No.
What?
Hold on. Let me correct you, brother. Let me correct you, brother.
Hold on, brother. Let me hear me
The key
out.
word.
Brother,
The key
hear me
word
out
is.
first. Hold on, brother, slow down. You told me he didn't say that.
No. Wait. Hold on. Relax, bro. Even in the 20th century. So not just 3,000 years ago, even in the 20th century, that holds true. You follow?
Hey, brother. Hey. Just
Do
be
you
quiet right
follow?
quick. We gonna move on from you, bro, because you wanna.
David will still beat Goliath.
He say David will still beat Goliath.
Will still. He's already defeated Goliath.
It says
3,000
still
years.
already.
He didn't say. He say he will still beat Goliath with faith, courage, and strength.
I know.
All right, okay, all right. Thank you for coming up.
All right, peace, brother.
Yeah, he knew he lost then. He knew it was over with. That means the David and Goliath story never happened. It's happening now because these are prophetic writings. These scriptures are prophetic for the last days. These scriptures are not something you read and you look to history. That's what we do because we follow the Romans. That's why I asked him who created the dates. Haile Selassie ain't follow those dates because Haile Selassie would be saying what David did back then. So Haile Selassie was prophesizing of what David gonna do because he didn't do it. But he was on the throne. You turn your camera on for us. Peace and blessings.
Yeah, blessings, man. Oh, this video, Haile Selassie, when he speaks in this video, is referring to the Italian invasion and the fact that Ethiopia will still beat Goliath. That's what he's saying. It's like historical reference in that. That's the way this man was trying to explain to you, reading it.
Well, what my point is, the story is allegory for a certain individual to defeat the giant that's against who? The Negus, which is the royal priesthood of God. This priesthood has been wiped off the face of the earth. This is the lineage of David. So somebody got to come and defeat the giant that's destroying this priesthood. And this will be one from the seed of David. So Haile Selassie wasn't talking about the Italian invasion because the Italians ain't been destroyed. They ain't been knocked down. You know, the British came and helped Haile Selassie remove the Italians working for Great Britain. So when all this was a trick, man, and a game that was being played on Ethiopia. You know, and if you really know what went on at those times, that's why Haile Selassie was in England so long. They was seeking out certain people to kill. They were seeking out certain things to take. So
yeah,
the priesthood won't be
scramble for
remembered.
Africa, definitely. I agree with that.
Yeah, so that's all we're trying to say, because we take this Bible and think it's history. The Bible is allegory for the last days.
But I totally understand your point of view, but there were some things that this man was saying that were totally true. I mean, that you cannot say that there was no education before Haile Selassie decided to come up with a big education program and start to develop schools in the country. I mean, Ethiopia has a writing, it's a writing culture. It's not some other countries don't have the writing, but Ethiopia had its own writing, and the education was coming from the church. The people that could write and read were the priests that were teaching others. Before that was education in Ethiopia was coming from the church, and then he came up and developed educational system. But
my point was,
and the Bible comes from Ethiopia because the Bible is written. So the Bible was written in Ge'ez. I mean, we all agree that. So I'm sorry, brother, to say that. Ethiopia is one of these countries that had its own writing, which is very, very important to say. You cannot say that education and writing came out only when Haile Selassie came.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I said. I say when everybody started learning how to write, only the priests dealt with handwriting and taught the people. They wasn't teaching people how to write. If you wasn't a priest, you didn't learn how to write, because writing was a form of spells. So the priests taught the people. That's why a lot of people in Ethiopia couldn't read and write. Nowhere in Africa, because reading and writing for everybody is modernized. That's why some people who can read, but they don't understand. They can't comprehend what they're reading, so they really can't read. They just what? They know the spelling word. So I clarified myself and said, yeah, only the priests dealt with handwriting. When Tedros had those scrolls, who the British took them from, Tedros wasn't teaching the people how to read and write. Tedros was giving them understanding, because life is not about reading and writing. It's a lot of people that know how to read and write and dumb as a doorknob. That's why we call them bookworms. So when I say education, that's what I mean, sitting down in a classroom and teaching people how to read and write, when it's a waste of some people's time. Some people don't need to know how to read and write, because it's a waste of their time. They're reading all the books and they can't do nothing. They can't fix their house. They can't work on their car. But guess what they know how to do? Read and write. So reading and writing wasn't never a form of being smart. It's a form of sorcery. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't understand these things, you won't understand why only priests, people of higher understanding, read and wrote and write. Everybody else knew how to do things, not read and write. And that's the standpoint I was coming from. But when Haile Selassie came back to Ethiopia, they started teaching everybody how to read and write.
Yeah, I agree that.
Which is the dark magic. That's like reading and writing is a form of dark magic, sorcery. And everybody not supposed to have magic in their hand, because everybody can't handle it. And that's what's going on right now in this world. So now we are in what? The day of Pentecostal. The day when the pen is going to cost you. Because everybody getting God's word from the pen. But the same book say what? You must get the word from every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. So when we try to say Ethiopia had their handwriting, yeah, we had our own thing. We had what we created, but we wasn't giving it to everybody because it's not for everybody. The spoken word can be for everybody. That's why I'm gonna land with this. Christ spoke to the people in parables. Why? The mysteries, the understanding, the secrets was given to those who can handle it. Not to everybody. Everybody was just given a parable. You know, and that's understanding, y'all. We're not all supposed to be. Now, we modernize, so yeah, we gonna read and write. Can't take that from people now. It's what we've been born in. But back then, everybody wasn't reading and writing. It's a lot of kings that sat on thrones didn't know how to read and write. Back then. A lot of them. But they wasn't dumb. We think, oh, he couldn't read and write, so he dumb. No. That's called a modernized mind. You know, and especially men, I'm pretty sure a brother like you, at your age, you understand that handwriting don't make you wise. You know, because there's a lot of old people that couldn't read and write. They knew herbs. They knew how to plant. They knew how to farm. We can't do none of that no more. We don't know nothing. We all can read on 12th grade. Then they give you a 12th grade level, a 5th grade level. All this is deception. Because I'm going to tell you, you can't read that good. Christ can't read that good. Christ, I'm telling you right, Christ can't read that good. But guess who chose him? God. You know, and this going to put all this, man, deception. Because like I say, we caught up in a spell. Spelling words. It's what this whole world is confused about. That's why we got this up here. When you see Israel, you don't think about a people, you think about a land. When you hear Jerusalem, you don't think about a people, you think about a land. When you hear Mecca, you don't think about a person. The stone, you think about who? This land. These are states of mind, but we what? We in the spell. So that's why I said what I said about handwriting. And I still stand on that. Only the priests dealt with handwriting and reading. 95% of the people couldn't read and write.
Yeah, man. But anyway, I was watching your live, and I was very interested in what I was reading on the map, because I did personally write a song, because I'm a songwriter, I'm a singer as well. There's a song of mine that definitely talks about this topic, saying that, I mean, I do some parts of my lyrics refer to that, saying that Israel is not there, but it's somewhere else in Ethiopia. And that's why I was interested in listening to what you were saying. So,
and what's the name of the song? What's the name of the song?
The song is called Unbalanced Forces. You can find it on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. There's a live performance of it. It's called Unbalanced Forces.
And where are you calling from?
Originally I'm from France, but I was raised up in Ethiopia. Back in the 80s, my father used to work there. And I live between France and Ethiopia. I do go back there and come back here. I mean, Most of the time I'm in Ethiopia. When I was a child, I was there from the age of 5 until 13, and I got back there when I was 19, let's say 19, and then I had to come back here. I came back forward, but as an adult, I've been living there for 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
And
I'm glad you said what you said because, you know, at least you see that perspective because people think, you know, of course you're going to get, people going to call you crazy for saying these things because all they know is Jerusalem and Israel.
yeah,
You
I
know,
mean,
but
people don't really read that much the lyrics to really point me that way, but me, I know what I was talking about because I say, you've been stealing a peaceful land, a piece of land, a peaceful land. And I'm saying that the promised land and the Exodus is a conspiracy theory, talking about the way it turned out to be when they came up with Israel in the Middle East. But you know, nowadays people are more listening to the groove and to the production, and a few people are really trying to understand deeply the lyrics of songs. But sometimes you need to explain a little bit, or maybe it's more clear when you have a lyric video that comes out. But definitely people like you, I think, would understand my lyrics in that song. So if you have time, you can go on my YouTube channel under my name, the same name that I have here, Ledjleo, Ledjleo. And the song is called Unbalanced Forces. And it's also, there's also a studio version on my album if you go on Spotify, whatever.
all right, I'm definitely I definitely gave you a follow. You know, so I definitely will check it out, man. I want to see what you got to say about that because, like I say, this is information that I think we might understand it, but we never put it together. You see what I'm saying? Like to understand something when you hear it is good, but to put it together and be able to show other people is different. You know,
because in the same song I say a lot of things because actually the United Nations created that whole thing, you know.
Yeah.
And the same movement and the United Nations is actually all set up to continue to put Africa under a certain domination. So if any African leader is gonna try to not follow what the big nations, like the stronger ones, always the same ones actually, it's gonna be America, UK, France, Belgium, Italy, Portugal, maybe less nowadays, but if they put those people on power, puppets, and if one of them is not gonna go the way they want them to go, so they're just gonna get rid of him and put another one. So in that song I say that the United Nations, they are weapon sailors and peacemakers. And they've been stealing a piece of land, a peaceful land. And I say the promised land and the Exodus is a conspiracy theory to discriminate, divide, and rule.
That's what they done, man. That's why we on here telling people.
That's what's going on at the moment.
Yeah. Like I say, but right now, that's why we proclaim King David is walking earth. You know, that's to restore these things back in the rightful order. Because the world lack good leaders. It's not good people. We lack good leaders. You know, that's what the world is lacking. So once you put the right leaders back in place, man, I think the problem is fixed. And that's what the Bible prophecy is for, which is why the saints of God are going to judge the world. And when we read the Bible, that's something we all get away from. We all get away from God's judgment and get into what Jesus said, what Moses said. Not understanding the whole prophecy was is the saints going to judge the world. And the kingdom going to be given back over to them. Because these are the people that's truly going to take care of the world. The people that's in control now don't give a damn about the world. All the people in it. You know, and that's the change that's in the Bible. You know, and that's what's actually being manifested before our eyes. That's why I say, bless those who have the eyes to see.
Well, I think I was just inspired by. I believe this kind of lyrics come up that directly inspired by the Most High. Even though I have a certain knowledge of a few things of the history of the unwritten history, but I believe this is a kind of you know, a direct connection that comes up when I write this kind of things. I'm a messenger.
You say what? You say what? The last part you said?
What I'm saying, when this kind of inspiration comes to me, I believe it comes from the Most High, and that if people like me have the opportunity to come up and sing those things and say it to the world, so I believe it's a direct inspiration that comes from the Most High. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I got you, man.
Yeah.
I got you, man.
Okay.
But like I say, man, they got some things that's finna happen. Christ is finna return back to Ethiopia to sit on the throne of David. We got a petition right now against the Roman Catholic Church for all the treasures they looted in 1868 from Ethiopia, the artifacts, manuscripts. All these things will be returned at, David return, which is the Son of Man that God have chosen that's walking the earth. So this is what we proclaim. This is what our platform is for. And this is what we are revealing to the world. Right now the Declaration, all this stuff is in the Parliament, the Vatican Press, the House of Commons, all the African embassies. All these people have this declaration. And like I said, all these things is finna be announced to the world. So we just here to prepare our people from what they've been waiting on. But it's not going to be televised. As it said, the revolution will not be televised. So that's what this platform is for. If you want to know more, you can check out the website that's in the bio. We have, like I said, we got a petition, a declaration. All these things are in play. All this stuff is already being revealed to the higher power. That's why the Pope has apologized, and they also have created a UCC1 to give everything back to the Son of David. All these nations are in debt to the Son of David, and the saints. So, like I say, you sign it. If you go to the page, Arch Evolution, and click on the bio, you'll see a website. And when you click on the website, which is yajujudah.com, their website will take you directly to the petition. The petition is on change.org.
All right, nice. All right, I'll have a look and then definitely I will sign it. All right, thank you for giving me some time. It was a pleasure. And keep up the good work. And stay blessed.
All right, brother.
All right.
Likewise, brother. Peace. Appreciate you coming up.
All right.
Baby, who's next? Yeah, if you can't turn your camera on, y'all, I can't let you up. He in a fab shop. That could be a machine.
Hello. How are you doing? Hello?
What's up, brother? Peace.
You hear me? What's up? Yeah.
So you don't this idea in Israel is in Ethiopia.
You got bad service. I couldn't really hear you. Drop down. Yeah, he had bad service. Yeah, none of y'all got enough followers to come up, y'all. So yeah, y'all. So man, basically what we saying, y'all. Like we had a few people, y'all, that like I say, y'all can catch me. Go to my website, send a message, and if you want to speak, we'll set up some arrangements, you know. But if you really want to speak, go on my YouTube. That'll be the best place because, like I say, I can't talk to everybody. I'm only gonna talk to those who are worthy to speak with, who are really understand what government is. It's not a time for me to lay my hands on you and heal you. That's not, no. We heal our nation by creating a government. You know, so at the end of the day, y'all, you know, we got in the governors right now, y'all. So like I say, come to the YouTube if you really got questions for me. But like I say, check out the petition. And like I say, if you really think you need to be a part of the government and you really want to help, then reach out to me that way. I got a lot of messages, man, to go through. So, you know, y'all, but like I say, y'all, we got a Zoom. We got all these things if you really want to talk about. This is a political party. We politicking, you know, so we calling all the political party, all the politicals. You know, that's what this really about, y'all. It's not really about, you know, all this knowledge and wisdom, everybody trying to merge themselves in and caught up in and drowning in. We way past that, man. We way past that. So you can join the YouTube. You can message me through the website. You like I say, you can join my Zoom. I got you know, there's many ways that I can be contacted other than, you know, a lot of ways, y'all. Like I say, because I have a lot of messages, man. People, you know, so I'm one man. So I got other people that's a part of this mission, y'all, that I can share this information. You can ask them questions. They got the same thing. They know the same thing. There's one bread, one God, one way. So if you're a part of this, it's one God, one bread, one way. So again, we got other people, you know, that you also can speak to if you want to know certain things. Like I say, y'all, it's a real political party going on, man. It's not nothing, you know, you've been lied to about. We not, you know, trying to tell you to come to our building, you know, come listen to us speech. It's on change. It is changerevolution.org. No, brother, you go to the bio, like go to this page.
Go to yajujuda.com.
And go to yajujuda.com. I did switch it out though. But nah. It ain't about words. Actions speak louder than words. We got the actions that's louder than anybody's words. See what we have the actions that's louder than anybody's words. Anybody can say, y'all, a baby can talk just like you. A baby can say everything you can say. Words, they don't really hold they don't hold weight. It ain't about the books, man. It's about what you listen to. You know, it ain't, you can read any book and get enlightened. Some people read the book of the dead and understand what I understand and see what I see. You know, or can see what I see. Some people read the Quran, they can see what I see. So it ain't about the books because I got a Muslim. Shit, he older than me, but he grew up around me all my life. When we talk, we see the same thing. We don't really see differences because I read the Bible and he read the Quran. No, and when I got the book of Enoch, you know what he said? Man, let me get that book. And he read it because the book is not about the books. So any book you read is not going to give you the understanding of God. It can give you a standpoint. It can give you an outlook. It can give you some insight, but it's not going to give you understanding. Understanding comes from God. So if God has blessed you with understanding, then you're going to use that gift, or God going to take it away from you. So if God has blessed you with understanding, then when the truth, or when God comes or whenever, then you already have that blessing to understand, so you can give it to other people. Those are the blessed ones of God. That's how we receive things from God. We don't receive nothing through a book. Because I went to welding school. You know what they did? They gave us all the answers. They gave us all the answers. And they sent everybody what? To go weld. Everybody passed the book part because why? They gave us the answers. But not that many people passed the welding part, which was the actions. So my point is, anybody can read the book. That's why they gave us the answers. They say, man, and I go out there and weld. You know, only probably about 10% of people out of the whole class graduated. Man, only about 10%. 100% passed the test because it was his books. They didn't matter. If you ain't know how to strike it, go around that pipe, keep your hands steady, set your temperature on your machine. If you couldn't do that, you couldn't weld. But by paper, the book work, yeah, everybody got an A. It's books. That's why we speak of bookworms. A bookworm can't do nothing. Most bookworms can't think. They can't even think fast. You know, this the 20th century. You know how dumb people is? Y'all, we more dumber than we ever been. I'm gonna put it. We the chosen generation, but we more dumber than we don't know how to do nothing. We don't know how to do nothing but read and write. This world finna find out, just because you can read and write, that don't make you smart. Reading and writing is for deception. I told you it's magic. You ever wrote a love letter? You see how you go find all those words to put that magic on there? So when they read it, then it's fair. Girl, I love you forever. I would never leave you. You read it, it puts you right in that spell. That's why they call it love letter. You know? So, like I say, y'all, reading is a form of magic. You know? It's a form of magic. I just ain't saying it, bro. But yes, that's who I am, brother. That's who I am. Let me take a leak, man. Right. No, it's not. You fan knowledge by reading. Yo, you don't know how to build a house by reading. Nobody reads to build a house. To become a carpenter, you have to do. You know, so handwriting and reading have stopped us from doing, especially when it comes to our spirituality, because spirituality is thoughts. It's the unseen world we all connected to. Most people can't manifest their thoughts. Christ turned over tables. I'm just like Christ. Why you ain't turning no tables over? Because you just read that. You ain't put that to action. You ain't putting your thoughts to action. You just talking that. Oh, I'm Christ-like. Turn over some tables. Go against the Romans. Go against all odds. Be crucified. I'm Christ, though. That's what everybody... See what I'm saying? Like, we read these things, but it's no manifestation. So our spirituality is coming from books and not from what? Examples. True spirituality come from examples. Your ancestors can't be an example for you. Your rocks can't be an example for you. Your cards can't be an example for you. The only people can be examples for you is our brothers and sisters. That's why the prophets was brothers and sisters. The prophets of the Bible was brothers and sisters. So what's the prophets of this time going to be? Your brothers and sisters. So you got to be blessed to see the examples that God have for you. Because these prophets are given to you by God as examples of what? Which way to go. That's why the Bible says study the word. And when we ask people, is Christ the word or is the book the word? See, you can't be lukewarm. You got to be on fire for Christ or you're on fire for the book. And most people are on fire for the book. You're not on fire for Christ because you don't know Christ. That's why we're revealing Christ to you so you can study what? The word. You can't study the word through a book because the book ain't the word. The book is the will. Every time you read from a prophet, what they telling you? Is the prophet say, I'm the word? No. The prophet say, this is God's will. The prophet seeing what? God's will. So when you read the Bible, you're reading what God will do. You're not reading the word. When you're reading the Quran, you're reading what God will do. You're not reading the word. All these books is God's will. We the people that's going to do the will. That's why it's called a script. We the actors. But guess what? We ain't on television. Because what we are acting out is real life. So we are the actors, the book of Acts. If you don't get the mysteries, bless those who can hear. This is the book of Acts. Because we are the actors, Christ and the disciples, to fulfill the will. You can't. So we all can be a return of Christ. Was Peter Christ? No. You know, if, like I say, only those with the ears to hear, man. You know, everybody ain't gonna hear it. Everybody ain't gonna find a narrow path. You know, we understand this, so we do it for those who can hear. I got the Quran right here, brother.
How you doing, Baba? You alright?
Me Quran. I got me Bible.
Sorry?
You got a camera up on me, brother.
Hello?
You got a lot of background noise, brother. I need you to turn your camera on.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you turn the camera on?
Why? Do I have to turn the camera on to speak to you?
Yes, sir.
For real? Is it like that?
Yes, sir.
Hold on a sec there. There you go.
You gotta press save. All right,
There you go. How you doing, bro?
What's going on?
I'm alright, thanks. Where you from?
America.
America. Come on. So, do you believe in God or do you not believe in God?
I believe in God.
You believe in God? Come on. What's all the debating about then?
Let's say God, I'm not really debating. I'm judging and making war. I'm not debating. I don't, you know, there's really no debating God. But That has nothing to do with me knowing God. You say God got an army, right?
One
Army of
second, my
God.
bro. 1 second, my bro. 1 second.
No, do you believe in the army of God? No, you gotta do something.
Hello.
Yes. So, do you believe God got an army?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that, my brother. My speakers was having a bit of issues. So what? You believe in God? So what was the debate about? Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Okay. Does God have an army?
Does
Do you
God have an
believe
army?
God have an army?
Do I believe God has what?
An army.
Wait 1 second. Go through it, my brother. Sorry about that. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you say? Does God have a what?
An army.
An army. Why does God need an army? God doesn't need an army.
Well, do you believe in the Gospels? As the Quran tell you to believe in the Gospels?
No, it doesn't. No. It tells us to believe in the Quran. That's it.
Sure about that? You 100% sure?
Yeah, it doesn't tell you to believe in any other scriptures except for the Quran, bro. I'm 100%
Okay,
sure
well,
about that.
that's why I'm fighting right now. Because of people like you who
Okay,
tell
hold on.
bold-faced lies.
Hold
And
on,
look,
hold on. I'm telling.
I'm gonna read the Quran. I'm finna read the Quran, bro.
Read the Quran. What do you think?
Let me go to
You're gonna prove me wrong. You're gonna prove me wrong. I'm a Muslim. You're asking me about my
look.
Quran. You're asking me
Okay,
about my Quran.
Okay. So let's go to 177 and what 2 and
What does it
177.
say? What does it say?
I'm finna read it. It says, "It is not righteousness that you turn your faces toward the east or the west, but it is righteousness to believe in God and the last day, the angels and the book and the messengers." So, who are the messengers?
Hold on a second. But this is how you're so off track. It's unbelievable. What you just read, where does it say follow other books? Forget the messengers bit out. Where does it say specifically, my brother? God speaks specifically. He doesn't leave you guessing. Do you know what I mean? Or did he mean this? Did he mean that? Where did it say scriptures? Because you're saying messengers, but where did it say scriptures?
Brother,
any scripture can be forged.
Brother, who gave us the scriptures? Was it Muhammad or was it other messengers?
Other people made the scriptures. Other people made the scriptures.
Was they messengers?
The Quran itself has been preserved in such a way.
Brother, hold up. I'm not asking about the Quran. You ain't got, don't answer the question. I'm not asking you to explain.
Other scriptures. You're asking about other scriptures. How do I know the other scriptures are authentic? The ones that actually came from them messengers. I know about Islam because I know the message is preserved.
Brother, but the Quran say believe in the messengers with an S. All you believe is.
It doesn't say scriptures though. So
your
point isn't valid there, my friend.
All right.
Your point isn't valid.
So where are the other messengers then? Where are they located so I can
listen to me. Bring anywhere in the Quran, research the whole Quran tonight. I will give you, bro. I will say, okay, cool, you're right. Yeah, do you know?
You muted yourself, brother. You muted yourself.
You hear me?
You muted yourself. You muted yourself, brother. You muted yourself.
Can you hear me now? You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Well, you got an echo going on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, bring anywhere in the whole entire Quran, yeah, where it says follow other scriptures. That was the thing that you said, yeah. Follow other scriptures. It says follow other gospels. Bring in the Quran, the whole Quran. Search it, yeah. Where does it say follow other scriptures? Okay, forget that anyway. What I really wanted to join your life for, because you said, oh, I'm here for people like you. Yeah, I'm here for people like you who write the real Mecca is in Israel and the real Mecca, Israel, and Jerusalem is in Ethiopia. What world do you live in? Okay, Mecca Mecca's definition. The word Mecca, the definition is a center of a place for people to go. Yeah, or a
No, it's not.
center of search
No, it's
it.
not.
Search the definition. Search the definition. Go search it. The definition is a center, yeah, of where people are going to go, a point of interest. Yeah, that's why Mecca was Saudi Arabia. The city was named Mecca. Why? Because the Kaaba is there. People visit the Kaaba. They don't visit Mecca, the city. They visit the Kaaba. Anyways,
I
it was
want to show you
nice.
something.
I just come back.
Hold up, brother, man. Hold up. How you do this? Oh, you take it off.
With you again soon tonight. But I'm just outside my house.
Do this. So you can read that, brother? You see that? One who is like Yahweh. So the stone represents a person, not an actual rock that the Muslims are deceived. I know he left because he was lying. Mecca is a Hebrew boy. That's Christ, huh? Name meaning one who is like Yahweh. What Moses like Yahweh? Is not Christ like God? Moses like God? So the true Mecca is where the throne of David is at. The true Mecca, I know he gone. The true Mecca is where the throne of David is at. This is why we say Mecca is in Ethiopia. Because the one who is like God sits on the throne of David, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. That's the true Mecca. This showing you, y'all. Like I said, we got facts. All we ask people to do, hey, bring your facts. How you turn it on? And they can't never do it. They can't never do it. So we prove who's the King of Kings. Well, the world gonna find out real soon, man. That's all I can say, brother. No. But these things, man, are finna happen. If you don't believe it, just watch. But I think y'all, we finna get all the grub on, y'all. We don't really got no more guests. Don't nobody want no more smoke. We're already beat them up with this title, y'all. And like I said, man, you know, it's just, y'all ever seen Gladiator? Everybody love war. So that's what we gonna give them. They want war, that's what we gonna give them. You know, the scribes and the musicians, they wanted war. They copied Moses. Y'all ain't see how the musicians copy Moses? That's what they're doing right now. They copy Christ. And try to say, look, I'm doing that. Don't pay attention to the man of God. I can do the same thing. They do. If you can see, they doing it, y'all. You know, to take your eyes away from God. Because remember, Christ can only be Christ by God. Remember that, y'all. You know, Christ can only become Christ because of God. Christ can't become Christ because he wanted to be Christ. I don't think a lot of people know that. You know, my dream wasn't to be Christ. I hope you don't think that. This is God. It's God given. So what's going on, brother, man? You got to cam up to speak.
Peace, brother. I just had a quick question I'm going to drop. Could you expound on the scripture? A man that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. And if you can expound on that scripture for me, because I had an understanding, but I don't know if the understanding that I have is the understanding I should have. And I'm going to drop.
All right. So basically, man, the wife is God. You know, we are married to God. That's why I say God is the husband. It say, come return to me, O backsliding children. But because our information have been watered down, when we hear wife, we connected what? To an earthly woman. And not to the spirit of God. That's why the Bible talk about adultery. You know, the Bible talk about fornication. That's cheating on God. So that's the marriage. That's why we talk about the marriage of the Lamb. The Bible's not talking about a physical marriage that we make with man and woman. We are in a covenant with God. You know, so that's what that, you know, and so when you find that your true wife is the truth, the information, that's the true marriage chamber. When you find that, you get favor from God. How many people done got married, but they ain't get no favor from God? Shit, you can count. I'm one of them. So because you get married, you know, that's not what that's about. That's connected to the spirit. We are the only person that we are actually married to is the higher power. And when you're married to the higher power, there's no way you'll treat a sister wrong, and there's no way a sister will treat a brother wrong. You won't. When you connected to the higher power, you don't treat people wrong. You got people that actually do that today. You know, they just don't mess over nobody. It's just in their DNA. You know, so again, the marriage is about us being married to God, the marriage of the Lamb. You know, so that's what the marriage is speaking of. That's why I say, what God hath put together, let no man separate. No man can take the spirit away from the person God has given it to. You can't separate that. You can't separate that man in the spirit, or that vessel in the spirit. You can't separate it. Meet me some chicken, y'all. Got me some chicken, y'all. I got me some chicken, y'all. Man, it's rolling, man. It's rolling, y'all. That chicken. But the chicken I got, it don't walk around. My chicken ain't got no legs or no heartbeat. You know, it ain't got no feathers. You know, my chicken don't lay eggs. That's mushroom, y'all. I ain't never ate so many mushrooms before in my life, man. So I became vegan. I ate down to every kind of mushroom on the market. And say, boy, it's crazy what no one can do. So y'all just understand it, man. What we saying gonna happen. You know, I don't know the map in the Bible. I don't know what map in the Bible. Yeah, Kimani be frying them hard. She like it crunchy. Yup, y'all. I'm probably finna get my grub on, though, y'all. The Bible don't come from the Middle East, man. The Bible come from Ethiopia. The Bible does not come from the Middle East. That's deception. They wanted all Africans to look to the Middle East and not to where it originally come from. So now American Americans don't even want to go back to Africa. And when they go to Israel, they get that to be like, shit, I don't want to be here either. You know, but the real Bible, y'all, the original Bible, all this come from here. And we're not even looking to Africa no more because they have told us the Bible come from up here. And this is Mecca. Mecca is one who is like God. That's what Mecca means. The one who is like God gonna sit on David's throne. The one who is like God gonna sit on David's throne. So with that being said, y'all, I'm finna get my grub on, man. 2/3 gonna pass. Well, that's right. Show the chicken again. I got some hot sauce dripping on it now. But I think Shamika trying to say, man, that's real chicken. He lying. Nah, that's chicken. It's some what kind of mushroom this is? I can't. Anaki mushrooms. Yeah, so Mecca is Ethiopia. Mecca is where the throne of David is at. That's what Mecca is. Mecca is where the throne of David is at. So I'm out, y'all. Peace and blessings. Check out our YouTube tonight. We'll be live 7 o'clock Central Time. We kind of started a little earlier now, so like I say, y'all, it's time to nation build. It's time to create our political party. Yeah, y'all juju this to YouTube. Peace, peace.